Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Sesternino back here on a very special day, as it is happy anniversary to us here as we celebrate 10 years of the Rob the Podcast patron group. Last week was 10 years that I started the Rob the Podcast Patreon, thus beginning my journey here as a full-time, full-fledged podcaster. And so want to try to do more off-season shows here with the patrons. So thought this would be a good night to jump in and say hello to everybody who's here. We're going to take your questions. And of course, we'd love to hear from you. You can call in and say hello. And looking forward to chatting, coming off of a very fun weekend where we had RHAP Traitors. Very, very fun day. I thought that was a great success. I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit here tonight. And then we'll also have the real Traitors coming up on Friday. We have, I think, locked in our plan for coming up on Friday. We're going to Puya and I will be live starting on Friday at noon to cover the first 3 episodes of the Traitors that are dropped, working on some Survivor interviews and much more. But today, would love to hear from you all as we talk about how the Rob the Podcast Patron group was founded on January 8th, 2014. It was January 3rd that I first announced the patron group, or that I was doing Rob the Podcast Patreon. And then it was a couple days later, I had actually gone to Vegas and I was sort of like inundated by how many people were signing up in the early days. I said, we need a group to collect them all. And thus, Rob Has Awesome Patrons was born. And it's been just the really, like, I felt like that was like the center of the, all of the Rob Has Podcast community for such a long time. That was like the white hot sun of like all of the RHAP community. And it was bonkers in the early going of just a million threads, a million responses. If you weren't there at that time, it was a time and place. I cannot even begin to describe it. And I am forever grateful for that time and all of the excitement that we cultivated along the way. But let me welcome in a person that I believe I spoke to back on the first ever patron cast. Ariel, is that right? Hold on, Ariel, that you are unmuted, but I don't hear you yet. Let's see. If that does not work, go out and come back in. Okay? All right. Ariel, and then I'll come right back to you. Okay? If you just, or even refresh. Oh, yeah. Oh, you fixed it. Ariel.
I've learned a thing or two over the years.
How are you?
I'm good. Happy anniversary. Yes, I was there. Actually, January 3rd is my birthday. And I think as my birthday gift that year, I decided to become a patron. And
yes.
I have so many. I actually wrote down a couple of things I wanted to share in my memories. And yes, I was on the, if I remember correctly, which I think I do, the very first patron cast. I believe I was the first female person on the first patron cast. That's my only claim to fame.
I don't think so. There's a great thread that I had started today to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the patron group. I have over 70 comments that I asked people, how has your life changed? I would say for the better since you became a patron. And I definitely want to be, I'll be following all of the responses there and reading what everybody had to say.
Well, I wrote down just a couple of things that came to my mind, some of which you, for sure, others maybe not, or you don't remember. But definitely, I agree with you about the energy.
Anything's possible.
At the beginning. Yeah, and who remembers anything? It's hard to remember. Short-term memory. One of the things in the very beginning, and you're right, I mean, in the very beginning in the Facebook group, there weren't any chats yet. Splinter groups eventually came,
Mhm.
etc. Remember that? But we were all chatting right on in the group itself and getting to know
Yeah.
each other. I remember very clearly being in the group when the roast was going on.
Yep.
And
And that was, I think that, so, of course, that got reposted earlier this week when our friend, beloved Washington Post TikTok guy Dave Jorgensen had posted a picture of like the Rob's Podcast roast, and it said like, okay, I think was it January like 26th, and then it had like the list of names. People were like, wow, this is a pretty good list. And thinking it was gonna, I think people think it's coming. Like, no, it happened 10 years ago.
yeah.
You're only 10 years late.
That's right. So there are a couple of things, oh my gosh, like important things that I wanted to share with you. And of course, it absolutely changed my life. And the Patron group came around at a time where I was sort of in a transition of sorts. And the people that I met really became so instrumental and integral to my life. And for sure, I think a bunch of us in the beginning in particular were like, how do I explain these friendships and relationships to people? How do I?
Mhm.
And at this point, they're just friends. I mean, more than friends, but a couple of things. One is in friends and family. My long lost cousin Jordan, as you know,
Sure.
I met early on. It was, I think it was the KIA 2. And one thing that I don't know, if this is an origin story that I think everyone will appreciate, which is the cousin story. How did people become when they come up on stage and they're not actually there, it's their cousin that's there at the live shows. And at that KIA 2, Jordan had gotten up on stage and had, I don't know, done something very Jordan-like. And then he said, well, my cousin has a comment and would like to talk too. And mentioned me, and I got up on stage and said whatever it was that I was going to say. And then when it was time to talk with the survivors, Shirin got up on stage and said that it was, that her cousin was there.
Oh, okay. I didn't connect those two.
Yep. So that's how
we let Jordan on the stage on the second live show.
You did. I don't know if he was allowed on the third show. The second show, he was up there, and we love him.
Yeah, we're learning.
Yeah. So another thing, it was very funny, was that I had come, like I said, to the second show, and when my kids, who were in elementary school and middle school at the time, one of whom is standing right out of range here listening to me, they were really concerned. They're like, Mom, you've told us over and over, don't go meet people that you talk to on the internet. Sure. And then here I am going up to New York to visit all of my new friends from all around the world. And I'm glad I did. And it was wonderful. And it was something just for me. It was a point where I was very much like young kids, but could finally get away. And it was a wonderful thing to get away to. And yeah, so if you'll indulge me, I have a couple of other.
Go for it.
Okay. So initially, and Jordan, Jordan and I have become good friends. We are like family and talk to each other more than I do a lot of my cousins, and to the point where my oldest is now married and living fairly close to Jordan, and Jordan's been has been in touch with them, giving them rides to places and helping them out. So it really did become like family. I think that that another one that was early on through Jordan, I had met Alex Forstenhausler.
Sure.
And Alex last year worked with my youngest, with Aaron, did some like comedy coaching. So he met with him fairly frequently, like weekly, and Aaron helped Aaron put together a 5-minute stand-up set, which he just performed at an open mic night for my birthday last week. So that doesn't happen without RHAP either.
He performed stand-up comedy for your birthday?
He did. We went to an open
was it a roast? Was it all about you?
No, it wasn't about me at all. It was a set that was it's a really beginning, middle, end,
Yeah.
great put together set, and he and Alex helped him create it,
Mhm.
and so it was the first opportunity at this open mic night for
Yeah.
him to go up on stage.
Yeah, Alex, who was worked with me on the roast, yeah, teaches comedy.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron is very capable of roasting me at any point in
Mhm.
time without much notice. Um, so there was that, and I also say that yeah, my kids are quite clever and creative. So for the last number of birthdays, not this past one for the open mic, but they've written parody songs for me for my birthday. And RHAP and Survivor in particular always feature very prominently because
Mhm.
they know how important it is and how much time I spend listening to you in my ear. Um, I'm glad that you mentioned Seinfeld on one of the podcasts as being also 10-year anniversary.
Mhm. Yeah, 2014 is a big year.
It was a huge year. Uh, I very clearly remember so long ago now, 10 years, that there was a time where I had either, I guess, called in or it was an email, and Akiva was questioning whether you kept referring to me as she,
Mhm.
and he kept questioning whether that was the right pronoun for me
Right.
because Ariel traditionally is a male name, so that
Mhm.
always stuck with me. Um, and I
We
think
just
that
had that same argument in Five Nights at Freddy's.
about oh yes, it's just I heard about sister or brother, and he came out so strongly as to yeah, this absolutely was a brother. It was great. One of the best moments. Yeah, you got to get. I mean, Akiva's a one of a kind. And
Mhm.
the chemistry that you guys have together. Actually, I just in this period kind of in between, I actually started going back and listening to the Seinfeld. Uh,
Yes.
oh, it's so good. It's so good. It really stands
Yeah.
the test of time. Um, you can see your relationship like building and the audio quality building.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah, Allie and Brian had both been listening to the 10-year-old Seinfeld recaps.
it's really good. It's good because I mean the camaraderie and the banter is right from the beginning was so great between the two of you as you see
Mhm.
your relationship building. The content is still I mean absolutely still holds, and even
Yeah.
now some of the things that were dated. We were talking about if this episode happened in 2014, what would be different. 10 years later, it's even that much more.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's the beauty of podcasting about a show, 25 years after it happened, is that the podcasts are evergreen.
Mm-hmm. No, that's great. Just a couple quick more things. Number one, uh, Aaron, again, recently he's in college now,
Mhm.
and he started watching, I guess, clip type, shows like a Peridium type stuff
Yep.
on Survivor. So he came home from break saying that he wanted to watch Survivor. So we're currently watching season 1, which he's never seen. He doesn't know who wins, so don't say it because he's standing right there.
Okay.
And which is a blast. It's fun to
Season 1 of which thing, Ariel?
Survivor.
Okay.
Yeah, going all the way back.
We also watched
Mhm.
Seinfeld together.
And we watched Seinfeld also together. Lastly, the Traitors was amazing. Oh, not lastly, Traitors was amazing. I caught a bunch of that, which is great. And one thing as far as like what do we get out of this, RHAP and the family and the community, which you've just done such an amazing job of building. All of the in the very beginning of the Facebook group, we would put out whenever monthly welcome everybody. I put out welcomes every month, and the whole you're an RHAP super fan when, if you remember that.
Yep.
And we put together the 5-year like booklet for you.
Yeah, I have it.
Do you?
Here, yeah, that here. Let me. I'll grab it. I think I know exactly where
Aw.
it is. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so great. Um, let's see. I had some. It was.
So this is it's 10 years of RHAP
Oh, this
is what I have.
okay. That's not that's
But it's
different.
not, yeah.
But I had a fun time. I had a lot
This
of
is
fun.
also very nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes.
That's great. Okay, very much lastly, and then I will give the mic to somebody else. I just, it's been 10 years. There's a lot to cover,
Sure.
But friendship wise, I'll also say that, during the pandemic, there was a group of us that was in a chat and very much in close contact with each other and started celebrating each other's birthdays. And we've continued it. And quite honestly, I didn't know if it would continue. It's life moves on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I got the most thoughtful gift from this amazing crew this year to see a show at the Kennedy Center, Tick Tick Boom. They know I'm a rent head.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Tick Tick Boom is written by Jonathan Larson. It's precursor, right? So that was, it's just the friendships beyond the content, which is amazing. It's very hard for me to do anything mundane without you in my ear anymore. But obviously that's what brought us all here. I 100% remember when you said you were going to set up this program, and I wanted it. I needed it to continue. I wanted to support you. What you were doing then and as it's continued is just amazing and wonderful content, and then the community just completely put it over the top and something very unique and special. And it's really a tribute to you and what you bring forward, and a model for what, if someone really wants to create a community around content, I think that this is the poster child case study for it. So
yeah, well, thank you so much, Ariel, and I appreciate all the kind words, and it's so great to catch up with you whenever we do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll let you go, but thank you so much.
Talk to you later. Bye. Okay. I have to pick up Nick. Okay. Let me say hello. Nick.
Rob, congratulations on 10 years.
Yes, Nick is dressed for the occasion. Nick, yes. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for having me on. And I'm only a recent patron, so I don't have a lot of patron memories. I've got a lot of podcast
You're making
memories,
up for it. We're making new memories.
Yes. It's very warm here in Australia as well, so I'm glad you picked me up fairly early because I couldn't.
I had to. And look, and I don't want anybody to be like shamed of like, oh, I'm only a new patron. Like, look, there's a lot of stories from way back when, but it was all we had then.
Yes. Well, I found you as a podcaster around the time of Australian Survivor Season 1 because I was looking for someone to cover Australian Survivor back when all the Australians were still casuals and no one was talking about it. So it was you and Stephen I found on the Know It Oz. And then that was my gateway drug to the rest of our RHAP. So thank you for that. Thank you for covering Australian Survivor and giving it the platform that it now has to be as big as it is.
I think without you, and then Nick, Nick took it to a much higher level, and Shannon took it to great heights. So incredible work there by everybody that came after us.
Yes, I can't stay for too long. I'm supposed to be working at the moment. It's only 11:30 in Australia, but just want to say congratulations on the 10 years. I can't make it to the live events, obviously, because I'm on the other side of the world, but I thought for this one I'd jump on and, say congratulations and well done.
Nick, thank you for the commitment to the bit. I appreciate it.
No, that's all good. Have a good stream and again, congratulations.
All right. Thank you so much, Nick. Take care.
No worries. Bye.
Okay. Let's say hello to we've got some special friends who are here. Some of the voices of RHAP are here. Let's say hello to Puya, Sasha, and Kirsten and Matt.
Surprise!
Happy anniversary!
Yes.
Woo!
Yes. What's happening?
We're just
Happy
here for
anniversary.
you.
Yes. Okay.
10 years.
Wow.
10
Uh,
years.
10 years,
Yes.
yeah.
Can you believe it? First off, really appreciate you all turning out for this. This is really unexpected, and we've had lots of great conversations on regular podcasts and on calls like this. So thank you all for being here. Also, I just want to doubly recognize Grace for all of the hard work she put into making the Traitors RHAP happen this weekend.
This is celebrate 10 years of Patreon. Oh, come on,
We're
what are you
playing
doing?
again right now, right?
Right, it starts again.
Bye.
Wow.
It was nice
Yes.
meeting y'all.
Yeah. So what's new? What's going on?
You tell us, Mr. Tenure.
Well,
I
I
don't
mean, obviously, happy 10 years
Yeah.
of Patreon. I haven't been here since day one, but I think I joined in 2015.
But I think that
maybe
I think you've
2016. I've been
logged
here
the
for a
most
while.
patron calls of anybody on the stage.
I mean, for a while, it was every Facebook Friday I was there.
Yeah.
I was practically the co-host, so I had to call in today.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we logged many hours on and many Fridays back in the day.
Way back.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm in
that
my
was the
8th
original
home.
Mess Magnet, Sasha.
I mean,
That's true.
honestly,
Yeah, kind of was. Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
if you haven't been on a Facebook Friday talking to Tyler Kakuno about
Whoa.
what birthday present he should buy for his
Stop
girl
spoiling
of the
Traitors
moment,
season 2 cast, please.
then
Then Rob has to play.
Yeah,
That's how you know Grace is trying to leave quietly, like and quiet quit it.
Oh, okay. Well, and that's I think also like patron cast, like Puya, you and we would be like on hold for the patron cast, like DMing in the group chat of like, oh, like what are we gonna talk about when we come on? Like this, we were here before we were on the network.
Yeah, I remember talking to Rob right when the Joey Rodriguez stuff had broken out.
Oh yeah,
we were talking about that.
Well,
on the
when
Patreon
I
cast.
was that one, I wasn't around. I was visiting my parents, and I was like, "Someone, please bring this up." And then I think it was Edmo was like, "We need to talk
Classic.
about this."
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Feels like
love
a
this.
whole different lifetime. Some of those
Literally.
days
I
versus
I think
now.
it was. I mean,
It was.
Oh my gosh. I would also say, although I wasn't a patron, I've been listening since I think 2014.
Mhm.
And it's just to see the evolution of the podcast, of all of you, like to go from like a fan to a stan. Just kidding. But really it
No,
just
don't
it
kid,
feels
joke.
but it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It just feels so exciting that what y'all have built, really. And Rob, is just I'm so grateful to like have a little part of it.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, Sasha. Yeah, it's been really weird because I've looked back a lot over the last week or this like all like kind of snuck up on me. It was like December 30th, and I was like, oh, that this is 10 years. So that I started like scribbling notes of I totally forgot that it was like everything started in 2014. And look, there was Rob as a podcast before that, and we did like a lot of stuff. Like there had been basically like 4 full years of podcasting at that point. But it really just like and I attribute so much of it to the patron Facebook group that like there was the podcast, and there was like me like putting messages out, and people would send me things back on social media, but we never really had the community talking to the other members of the community. Like it was just like and Survivor social media isn't, for better or for worse, isn't what it is now, where when we opened the Facebook group, it was like, oh, like I've never talked to anybody else that likes Survivor before. Like
you put a tweet out and like you look and it's like just into the void. Like who nobody's liking it. Wasn't a way to like connect those people together.
Rob, it wasn't always easy with the Facebook group. There were bumps along the way.
When was it easy, Matt?
Bumps along the way.
Well,
but,
what are your favorite Facebook?
There was like 2 hours that were
Well,
really
isn't it-
easy. Yeah.
What was wasn't it when like and Mark Schreiber got like accidentally added.
Yeah,
that one's
like,
that's like
it was like our
core
own
memory.
version of utopia, like coming together to like find a way to coexist with everybody who we all watched the same shows and had, you know, similar thoughts about similar topics, but everybody had different thoughts about how they wanted to see these thoughts presented to them. And then we got the off-topic group, and then there was all these different spin-off
Yeah,
groups.
but it's like then the off-topic group started because of drama. Like it wasn't like, let's start an off-topic group. It
the
was
beautiful part is that
we're
10
in the
years
trenches.
later, we've gotten to a place where everybody seems to be, you know, content and in their spots that they want to be in. And I mean, granted, Facebook's calmed down a little bit, but
somehow the Facebook group has like much less drama than than it used to. I think everybody's
Speaking as a moderator, there's a lot less drama than there used to be.
A lot less drama, for better or for worse.
Wake up every day. And,
I think
the other
what's it today?
The other piece I think too about like Survivor and reality show fandom is that I think that I really credit like, and I know like Marvel, we're all over Marvel, but I feel like Marvel is the thing that got so big that it was like, it's cool to be into stuff that people have said is not cool for a long time.
Yeah.
And I feel like reality shows and Survivor really got you know, has grown as because of that. Like when like Survivor went on Netflix and be like, oh man, this show's actually been good. And a bunch of us who are all in the Facebook group be like, yeah, we know, we have been watching it like, you know, through the dark ages. But I do feel like, you know, around the time of the start of the like, yes, Survivor probably was still a thing that you're like, you're looking for those people who watch it because you're kind of embarrassed in like at your work to be like, anybody watch the episode of Survivor last night? You know,
well,
like
something else about like at that particular point in time, it was very hard to watch an old season of Survivor unless you own the DVDs, like that basically like you had like the Survivor that was on. And then like we could talk about like old Survivor, but it wasn't just like, oh, I could just pop on, you know, the like, you know, Survivor Fiji and talk about what happened then. Like even when we did the Evolution of Strategy, which was 2014, I was like torrenting seasons too.
Daily Motion used to be the place you could search. You would use a $sign meant the season and you could search it. No more.
More. I like when I watched like Survivor Africa on like a window that was like a postage stamp of like what I downloaded when we did the Evolution of Strategy. So yeah, there was a lot of like just like you know, talking about Survivor just off of vibes, and no, it was just like you know, an amazing thing that came together.
I want to say so. I joined. I started listening when you were doing I think the Game Changer interviews. But I became a patron when you were coming to Toronto, and I wanted to make sure I would get tickets, and so I became a patron.
2017, right?
So that's May of 2017, I believe, somewhere April, May. I came out as trans in July of that year. And I feel like, you know, for me personally, the Rob as a Podcast patron community was the first place where I was fully me, like only me. Like there was nothing, people didn't know me before. They just knew, and I could just be me in this community. And that is like there's a risk to that as well, but it's because of the type of people I think that are drawn to you. And like, I've seen you over the years, like when there is something that's happening that's controversial in the world, like you are not afraid to tackle it, but you also want to like address it in the best way and right way possible. And I just think like, yeah, there's been drama, but like, you know, comparatively to a lot of other stuff, like I think your leadership, I think like the type of people that you've like brought into this community, like I think class of 2020 is like, I think maybe the best example of you just being like, you know, let's get more people in here. And then the type of people who came from that are just so amazing. And the type, you know, when you go to a patron event or meeting all these other people, like they're so kind, they're so nice. There's so many great people who are part of this community. And I think like that doesn't happen if it doesn't happen with like leadership that comes from you. And so building that type of community and making sure that that's the type of place it is for
me.
So,
I appreciate that, Grace. I really do. And you know, I'm, you know, so glad that you were able to find us.
Yeah, I'm happy too. It's good. Worked out.
I know. And can I like shout out the patrons too? You know, like I feel like they really keep this moving, you know, and it feels so exciting because when I was also one of the people that was I only knew one other person who was a patron that watched all this stuff, who introduced me to RHAP. And outside of that, I really had no one to talk to. So it felt like this almost like guilty little thing I was doing on the side, watching like Big Brother Survivor, because there's just no one in my life kind of understood what that meant. But how cool is it now, even now, right? 10 years later, like we just have these people that we can tweet out to the world. And it isn't just the podcasters. Like I really want to shout out the patrons, because I mean their dedication to RHAP is bar, you know, it's bar none. Like they're so fun, and they're always, I feel like, so supportive of us. And I don't know, I think they deserve the spotlight so much for this.
They're ride or die.
The ride or die.
Literally,
And, we just found like a lot of really great people, and really like I said, they found us, and like, you know, I just feel like that there have been like some toxic people that have come, but like for the most
Name
part,
them.
They don't really
We could.
Okay,
Name
let me
one.
open my
Name
notes.
one
I'm
toxic
ready.
person.
they don't stay, you know.
And the good people do choose to stay, I think, important.
Right.
Yes, they come here, but then it's like, this is a place that's worth investing my time and money. And
Like, and
effort
I don't mean
whatever.
like good, like from like morality, but I feel like there's people that like get what this is, of that, you know, like it's supposed to be like, it's like smart conversation, but it's also like supposed to be fun. And like, I think that people like get what we want to try to do.
And I feel like, Rob, not enough is being said about, you keep saying they found us. We all found each other through what you put together.
Yeah.
Like first of all, prime example, had you not decided, you know what would be an interesting move is to get a competition going where people are going to vote during Big Brother OTT on an election year. That'll be a good time. You took this gamble. I met someone who has changed my life for the better, more than the Mafia ever could have. And like, literally, there's so many people like on this panel that I could talk about individually, how many hours I've spent talking to them about different stuff, how many weeks have I played games with, you know, for the last like 3-4 years, and just getting to know each other. You have really expanded. Like I've been living from home since I moved 4 years ago, and my social bar is always at a high because of the people here. And that's all because of you. So,
well, I appreciate that, but again, you're assigning agency to me for things that like I just like opened the door, and
the dominoes fell,
control,
but
like,
they wouldn't have fallen without you.
No one else opened the door, Rob. You did.
Yeah, and no one was doing
special though, Rob.
over the last 10 years,
well,
and that's what
we
could pull up screenshots.
Somebody else is
is
celebrating a 10-year anniversary this year as the RHAP Up celebrates 10 years. Allie Lasher is here.
Oh, yeah!
Not the background. I know that background.
I love this background. I also have no voice just because I woke up like this. So sorry.
Yes,
And
woke up
Matt
like
and I
this.
are wearing the same outfit.
No
so
apologies.
shout out.
Yeah, wow.
I mean, not the literally same outfit, but
Shout out to
Okay,
the
I'm putting
first
on a hat.
ever live
It's
show
happening.
group of people, the 75
Twins,
of us.
triplets. we're
Twinning.
here.
I wore my hat in Japan, so
Right.
it's in the laundry.
I wear my hat all the time.
Yes, Allie, how are you doing? Other than
you
the
know,
voice?
I did not dress up for this occasion, obviously. And I was like, ooh, maybe I'll check the little box that's like improve your appearance. And it did nothing. So
You
not
don't
how
need
I'm
it. What the hell?
doing.
Yeah.
I don't think it
I was
does
like,
anything.
oh no. Wow, listening to all of you is so lovely. And you know, people in the chat are saying this too. It's like wild to listen to all of these stories. I, of course, have nothing nice or emotional to say, but it was
Yes, you
lovely
do.
to listen to everyone.
Well, and this is where we get to pile on you now, Allie, because the RHAP Ups, you built that. You were one of the founders.
Haley
And
Strong
so-
and
Yeah,
Amy.
Haley, yeah.
last
Well, yeah,
name is
Haley and
Hudson,
Amy, and
but
then you and
yeah.
Brian was very shortly after. That filled it out. You created something. The Hot Dummies on Islands, Mess Magnets, 90 Day Fiat, like this does not
Yeah,
exist.
it started
without
off
you
as a
guys.
I'm
shack
sorry to
that
the
you
world
were
then.
in.
No, I'm just kidding.
I you know, I have to like to get the oral history of the RHAP Ups, which we could do that 10-year anniversary podcast in June. But I think I had gotten like a like unsolicited email from Bus Drivers Root, aka Brian Cohen, about wanting to
Wow.
start challenge coverage. And I was like, I don't know this guy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, he had challenge cover. You sent me the first YouTube I ever saw of Brian, and this photo that I think is now cropped out, but rightly so, was our first interaction in 2013 when I cut class to talk to you, which is a well-told story to anyone who listens to the challenge RHAP up. But yeah, Haley Strong, not only the first RHAP ups person, but also vouched for me off of a Facebook group I was in, started by Max Dawson.
Yes.
When Rob was sniffing around of anyone know this girl? Because you put in the original patron group, the interns group,
yes,
which I was laying dormant in. Does anyone watch the challenge? And I thought, oh, Stephen Fishback must be doing something because he was a known challenge watcher.
He for years teased that he wanted to podcast about the challenge.
So I was like, oh, do you need someone to advise or take notes or something? So I responded, and then a few weeks later, you slid into my DMs off a recommendation from Haley Strong, who I'd never met in real life. So it's really, all of you guys are talking about how you don't know what you're doing for other people. You just start something. Rob has just started this and ran with it for more than 10 years, but 10 years of patronness. And it really, it's crazy. I was thinking of this today. It's crazy how much of my life I have been involved with you, from watching you on Survivor to then doing all of this, came up at all my law firm interviews. I've podcasted from being with my dad in the hospital to the best times of my life, and from law school and right after college, and now being an adult, so adjacent. And it's just crazy. And I'm just happy there have been so many milestones to come here and be weird towards you and just tell you how important you have been to all of us on this call and outside of this call. It's just, I really don't understand. Well, I know how I got so lucky because Haley Strong, I guess, vouched for me. But
the luckiest is Haley Strong ever been wrong.
That's
the lesson. Yeah.
But it's just crazy. I have no business being here for 10 years with you, and but I have no intention of leaving despite not deserving it. So thank you very much for letting me do this with you. It's really crazy, and truly congratulations.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, Allie. That was amazing. I did track back that my first contact with Brian Cohen was May 6th, 2014. And he said, I realized that I don't think I gave you my email. I don't know. I must have talked to him somewhere else. He said, so I wanted to open up the line of communications. I'd love to know what Steven thinks of the idea of us doing a challenge podcast together.
Well, he went with
how disappointing for him.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
That's great.
Allie's never gonna let him live this down.
Yeah.
No, I know that. That's why I
didn't know
responded.
he knew that.
Oh, he didn't.
And then he
know
found
me.
someone else that ended up at his wedding.
Yeah.
So I think all ended well.
No, you guys were like a blind date that we fixed up.
I love
And then we ended up working at the exact same block of New York City. His building was on my same, we were a 3-second walk from each other. And I haven't changed in 10 years. He was like, we should probably meet in person. I was like, I don't think we need to. But then we did reluctantly. And yeah, now I'm friends with his wife. I've been to his wedding. It's really, it's wild.
Yeah. I mean, this is this giant dysfunctional family that we have.
How dare you? Brian and I are very functional.
Sure, but just as a whole, we got a lot of dysfunctional parts of our family.
Correct.
Ancestral, maybe.
Cut those branches of the family tree.
I was gonna say it to my face, but you are. It's fine.
But I'm sure there's other people.
Yes,
So
we should
get
let
out.
people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for coming on. This is really, really nice.
To any
Happy 10
listeners
years.
or people watching this who are trying to get in, I've just been jamming the button, so just don't give up.
That's what I
Just
did.
keep spamming the button.
And now a bunch of us
Okay.
are on.
Yeah, we're all gonna
Yeah,
leave.
we're all
We've got
gonna
a lot of
figure
room.
out now. Okay.
Although it's on a
All right.
delay. All right,
Okay.
bye.
Oh,
All
bye.
right. Yes, thank you. Bye, Puya. Bye, Matt. Bye, Chris. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me now bring in. Let me say hello to Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie, how are you?
Hey, long time no chat.
Yeah, Stephanie, how's it going?
Pretty good. I'm at Isabel's right now, but she's can't join. She's on another call.
Okay. What's happening?
Not much.
A more important call than this?
Yeah, she's actually she's doing orientation to volunteer at an animal shelter.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So Stephanie, what's new?
Not too much. I got married in November.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I've just been busy with work mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I was just like reflecting on, how rap has impacted my life. And I was thinking back to, I think I joined in 2016, right around Rapcon.
Yes.
And in the one in Chicago, which was amazing. That was so much fun. But I met a lot of great people there. And one of the people I met there is a patron.
Yeah, I was thinking about
my wedding.
I'm sorry, who did you meet there that was in your
Oh,
wedding?
it's a patron. She's not really involved in like social media, but she her name's Angela, and she stood in my wedding.
Yeah. I was thinking about like you've kicked around the idea of if we should do that again, where we like the idea of Rapcon was sort of like it was like a know-it-alls, but there was no episode of a show that we watched that we had basically like it was one Saturday, and we had like a Survivor panel and we had a Big Brother panel. And then we had like a bar function on Friday night, and then we had like another bar function Saturday night, and that was it.
Yeah.
I stayed in the dorms.
Right. Was it like DePaul? The dorms there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Which was pretty wild. Yeah.
Yeah. So well, a little birdie told me you might do Chicago for like another event.
Yeah, we're considering it. It's under very strong consideration.
All right. Well, if you need help, let me know.
Okay.
But yeah, I just wanted to say hi. It's been a while. I think I don't know if it was my first patron call. It was one of the beginning stages of like Facebook Friday. I think Owen and I were like on the call together. So
okay.
That's why I was like, yeah, why does Owen look so familiar? Like I feel like I've talked to him before. That's why.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Well, Stephanie, it was nice to hear from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Okay. Let's say hello to let me go to Megan, who's backstage. Okay. Megan.
Hi.
Hey Megan, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing incredible. This has been such a nice call so far, and it's got even
know.
better.
Well, I would hope so.
Yes.
Not that it was bad at all.
Yeah.
It was great to hear everyone's stories.
Yeah, it's great to hear everybody's stories, but it was great to see you in what was that? I'm trying. I traveled November. No, I'm trying to remember what month that was. November.
Yes, I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
It blends together.
It blends together. Yeah. How's everything going?
It's good, but I was just hearing everyone's stories, and I feel like I have a big one, so I thought I'd call in. Do you want to say hi? You say hi.
Hey, how you doing, Henry?
Penelope.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's Penelope. Henry is now almost 5.
Yeah,
if you could believe
baby,
it.
I can't believe it because he's a baby in my mind.
I know. The last time we saw you was a baby, so yeah. But now we have 2.
Yes.
I
know. How's it going?
It's good though. It was nice to hear Ariel, and I know you want to be helped. Oh, yeah. Hi. But yeah, as someone who's has creatures from your podcast, I felt like I had to call in.
Yeah. You have an incredible story, Megan.
Yeah, I remember when I first joined the Patron group, I was 24, and I was dating this guy for like 5 years, and he was very nice but boring, but he encouraged me to go to New York to your event, and then I met some of my best friends, and then I ended up coming home and breaking up with him.
So yeah, that's it's a happy story for us.
Yeah. But he was like, oh, you should go to New York, it'll be fun, and it was fun. So
yeah.
But then I met my husband, and now we have 2 little ones, so yeah, it worked out.
It worked out for sure.
You say hi. No. But yeah, it's been a weird 10 years.
I'll say, yeah, it certainly has, but you know, a wild ride. How's everything else going?
Good. Just taking care of these kids and listening to you on the commutes and yeah, hanging in there.
Yeah. Okay.
But I remember all the I don't know, the eras of the Facebook group. And
yeah, do you have any favorite memories from the Facebook group?
I have so many memories. The Tyler Cacuno ones stand out, but
those are bad memories. Yeah,
those were not favorites.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have that. If you tell your 4 best memories, and then we'll say one must go.
Yeah, that is true. I remember those days, the Trivia Tuesday days. I don't know. I just met so many great people through the group, some of which I still haven't met, but I feel like I know better than like normal people in my life.
10 years is a really long time. Like,
really long
there's
time.
so many people that we don't keep up with for 10 years. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, there's people like I don't know, like Brian Altschul and Kelly Lynn. Shout out if you're listening. That I like have had all these interactions with, but never met them. But...
Oh yeah, I saw them both in New York when we were there.
I know. I need to get back out there. I know. How dare I sit down?
Yeah. Okay.
But, yeah, it's been a fun, wild ride.
It has been. Well, Megan, thank you for calling in tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you for everything.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Okay, let's say hello to Brandon. Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Hey,
there.
what's up, Rob?
Happening?
How you guys doing?
Yeah, doing good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. And to show a little bit of solidarity with the podcasters that came on here, I just gotta do something real quick.
Okay.
Hope I don't want to drop my tablet. So
okay. Okay.
You know, since everybody loves wearing their hats.
You wear your Browns hat? You're ready?
Gotta represent right now, you know. So yeah, I may be the only person on this call that cares, you know, but you know, this is a special moment for me and other Cleveland fans now. So
yes, and yeah, so my son woke up this morning. I was telling him like the playoff matchups, and then I said like, oh, this weekend it's going to be Browns Texans. He said, oh, Deshaun Watson revenge game. For who?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's interesting. Even though he's not playing. So, but it's it'll be
congratulations. I'm happy for you all.
Thank you.
Even with Joe Flacco.
Yes.
Who did not look like he wanted to even be in the stadium when he was on the Jets. But I guess if you can protect for Joe Flacco, he's up for it.
Yes. It's been a fun little run. But this is the most bragging or craziness I'm gonna do because I am a Browns fan. I have to be realistic.
Chappelle's not on hold. You're good.
I don't. You know what? I don't. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I saw some stuff from, some small spoiler. I saw some stuff from Chappelle this Saturday that I really enjoyed. So I can't get on him too much.
It reminded me of you once upon a time in some of these Mafia games.
Well, I appreciate that. I feel like I've had a okay performance here or there, but really, Rob, I'm really actually not that good at those games. I kind of play chaotically, and sometimes I throw stuff at the wall.
Yeah, I'll never forget. I saw you do like one of the greatest bluffs I ever saw in one of these games.
Yeah, it was fun to pull that off. But trust me, I get called out for crap like that a lot too, and get voted out right then. So it's what's the saying about the clock? A broken clock is right twice. Yeah. So that was one of my twice a day type deals. So it is what it is. But but basically, speaking of games like Mafia, Traitors, Werewolf, that type of deal. So just my experience with being an RHAP patron. I've been as you know, Rob, I've been a listener close to day one. I've been a listener since 2010, but I finally joined to became a patron in April-ish of 2021. And a big part of it was because I really wanted to see and hear about all those like mafia games and things like you guys did on YouTube. So I was like, I want to see more of these things. So I think I should finally join. And then just it ended up opening my world so much because I started to learn about the trivia that Zach Brooks did. I watched like a bunch of those episodes, and I actually do trivia on Tuesday nights now if I'm not working. I usually work most of the time on Tuesday nights overtime, so I don't get to do it as much, but I do like to do it when I get a chance. And then it also opened me up to there's another group that I'm in, and where we are able to play some of these social deduction games and whatnot. And I've built some great friendships through that. It's got me into gaming, board gaming as a hobby more in general. And I'm doing that a lot more than I used to. I had always loved playing games and things like that, but that's something that's like a big part of my life now. So I could definitely credit becoming an RHAP to patron to being the foundation for where I am now with all this gaming. And then just finally kind of gave me a kick in the butt to go to one of these RHAP events, because for years I had really been wanting to go, but in my mind it just wasn't realistic, just because of trying to make the finances work and getting the time off and everything. But I've been so much more intentional now about trying to do stuff, and I've still only been to one event, but last year the DC event, it was like such an awesome time. And for the longest time anticipating going to one of those events, I was so hyped to start meeting some of these survivors, you and all these other survivor players. But because of this community you built, it was like 3 different populations of people that I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to seeing the survivors, of course. I'm looking forward to seeing all these podcasters and people that, work for you. Like, I was excited to see Sam even,
Wow.
Hey, don't wow Sam like that. He deserves he deserves all the goodness and awesomeness that comes to his life. So but also just the friends that I had made just from being part of this community. Like finally to get to see Tommy Guam in person, to see Aaron Robertson in person. Like, I probably hugged both those guys at least 6 or 7 times that night. Like, and just all the other Mafia crew that were there that night, or just people I had, met or talked to, through these few short years of being an RHAP patron. It was just so awesome getting to connect. And
well, that's really what's been incredible about the Facebook group, is that it would like really let like the other people who are out there like connect with like it started out as like a way for me to connect with everybody, but there's only so much time where I wish I could spend more time getting to like get to know everybody. But that's so wonderful that everybody has found these amazing friendships in the group.
Absolutely. And then I'm so grateful for these bonds and everything that I've been able to form. Even this hat right here is it was a gift from one of our Secret Santa gift exchanges.
Cool.
So yeah. So I just love being able to interact with all these other, Survivor fans, these other RHAP fans, and just build these relationships. Like, I still consider myself to be, relatively new when it comes to being part of this community, but I've loved every second of it. And I'm not necessarily the most active, but I try to stay, keep in touch with people, and I try to, maintain some, be in the know somewhat of what's going on, and making sure I'm not
Well,
like
I
falling
look
off
at the
the face of
stats
the
and
earth.
I can tell you who is the most active.
Okay.
Tommy Guam.
Awesome. See, it makes sense. And I don't know what just happened to this camera, but oh well.
You rotated.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that, and I don't know how to turn it back. So it's gonna be like that until I get kicked off this call. Which I'm pretty much done with
all right. Well,
saying what I need to say anyway.
Thank you so much. Good luck on Saturday.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Take care.
Bye. Okay. Let me say hello to Jacob Jones is here. Jacob. How are you? You're on mute. Yes. Jacob, what's happening? Oh, wait, I still don't hear you. This is such a tease. And he looks very animated. The finger of the people is here. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, he said he looks like discovered something. Let's see.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes.
My mic was off.
Yes, perfect. Okay.
Rob, I just wasted all that energy on nonsense.
No, it wasn't wasted.
I could have been wasting it on you.
Yes. How are you?
I'm doing it. How are you? You asked me what's going on, and I said, you're what's going on, my guy.
Yes. I mean, hanging in there.
I mean, hey, 10 years strong. You might as well beat your chest.
Yeah, that's right.
Do it. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's like dope as hell, Rob.
Yes.
Yes.
Jacob, we missed you on Saturday.
I know, Rob. I watched from my couch at different moments because I was leaving, go to the gym at 12, and then I was watching a little bit while I was at the gym.
And I was like, back in your ORG.
No, Rob, I did not miss that element of it. I was like, oh my God, I've been delivered. But Rob, can I say, you were phenomenal.
Thank you.
You were phenomenal.
I was nervous in the beginning of I was trying to get all the rules right, and I was afraid I was going to screw something up. But then I felt like that towards the end. I felt like
Rob,
more comfortable.
The way that you, Alan Cumming, who? What's homegirl in Canada? What's her name? Who? Rob.
I don't even know. Yeah.
With the beret switches, with the shirt switches, with the Rob. It's just a testament to
what would Jacob have done?
Rob, first off, I wouldn't have done it because this is a hard commitment for 6 hours. And it's a hard commitment to have my brain working at full capacity for 6 whole hours.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It was a lot.
And I mean, Rob, 10 years strong, you should have that stamina. I don't have that stamina. It's stamina, right? Stamina. Yes. You know what I mean? I was like, something don't feel right with that word. But 10 years, you have that stamina to do that. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was thinking, well, you probably had a whole team behind you, but I'm just
Sam and Grace were really keeping everything running.
Bow down to the minds behind the scenes, because when I say the creativity with the launch, nothing I even suspected. Rob, 10 years, you probably implore some of the best people in the business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's insane.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah. We found amazing people and people that love what we do. And, a lot of times they found me, and, we have a lot of fun
here. And also, can I also say this?
Yes.
Whatever sweater you were wearing, not on the show, the first round. I'm talking about when you were on your Instagram live with your
Yes,
snide.
thank you.
I was addicted to it. I think I took a screenshot, I believe.
Oh, wow.
It was I probably did it. But you know,
I
with my eyes,
appreciate even the thought. Yeah.
Well, because I thought you were then gonna try to chin check me and be like, "Well, show it," and I'm like, "Well, damn, I look like a liar."
I wouldn't.
Great sweater. Also, your sense of humor is one of my favorite senses of humors ever. But also, your the way that you back to the Traitors for a second.
Yes.
Just the way that you did it, the way that I was laughing at your like scoffing or laughing or like during the game sent me through the moon. And I want to thank you for that. The times that I did tune in, because the times I did tune in were juicy. And I'm like, did you know that this was going to be that? Because, I talked to some people afterwards, right? And I didn't know that it was going to be like, and it was like people were going for the W.
I mean, I knew people were going to be competitive. I didn't know it was going to get spicy like that.
I did not know, to be honest. When I saw, I was like, I guess because, and I was telling this, I was like, if I would have played, I would have been like, oh, I like, you know, I wouldn't, I'm also not that competitive. But I just would have been like Kian and, you know, Kakan and whatnot. But people wanted to win. And that's what I was shocked by. I was not but shocked in the most amazing way, because it just made it so much better. But people were actually out there like, give me that, give it. You know what I mean? It was dope.
Yeah. I mean, everybody brought it.
They killed it. They really crushed it. But yeah, I didn't have
you.
Well, music. I say that. I've been saying that for the last few times I've been talking to you.
Is your album out?
Wait, so my first single comes out the same day as the Traitors on Friday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
How
you're gonna like put it out there?
I'm putting no. It's already scheduled through Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon. Do all of those. It's already at 12 p.m.
Anything big planned for the release?
Well, like a little like shindig mine, but I got some like PR, like a media kit done. I'll be shirtless in some, so you have that to play with, but very tastefully, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. It comes out Friday. And that's really, I've just been working on music, that's really what I've been grinding in. And so
where's the best place that we could check that out?
Well, it's not out yet, but
I know, on Friday.
But any streaming service that you have, and I'll be posting like on social media. I've been taking the social media like Niha. And yeah, I'll be kind of just kind of doing that, and I'll be posting it everywhere.
What genre is your single?
See, this is the key. So also, my name is not Jacob Jones. I don't know if you ever knew this, but probably not, because I don't really show my arms, but I've always had this tattoo on my arm that says Air.
Yes.
So that's my artist name, is Air.
Air. Okay.
Air. Jacob Jones is a dope ass, that's a strong name too. But I was like, Air kind of paints like a fantasy, but it's disco house music. It's kind of like it's like disco house funk, a little bit of R&B and kind of like that mix of stuff.
Okay.
Dance, can dance kind of, it's like a little, it's a little, it makes your body flow and go. And so, right.
I'm ready to flow and go.
Flow and go. It's great music, Rob. It'll be a sight. But that's what's been up with me. But I didn't want to keep you. I just
that's
wanted
super exciting.
Oh yes, Rob, I've been like beating my chest to it. Like I just told you to be. 10 years. I'm beating it in 6 months. You know what I mean? And
whoa.
Well, oh my God, that could be easily. But hey. But Rob, again, congrats. You're a super amazing guy, loving guy, happy guy, joyful guy, funny guy. And it's very rare that I get life from people, but I genuinely get an enormous amount of life from you and your personality. And I just completely adore and admire you.
Well, thank you, Jacob. Just love getting to have fun with you, and I love anytime you're on one of the podcasts. It's always super fun, and so thank you for playing in this crazy world with us.
Oh, of course, and thank you, Rob. And I'm about to say, I wish I knew your 10 years, because last time I did the slop, I don't know why my mouth gets so it gets so, I will say the slop. Yeah. Last time I was on the slop, I feel like I went through like my 10-year monologue with you.
Yes.
And that is where I should have known greatness is about to be on the plateau, because here we are.
Yeah. Well, that podcast that you listen to, like I we're ready for the sequel.
Oh no, Rob, when I tell you, that is like, and I don't want you to affirm because you do a lot of podcasts, but that is probably my top 2 best. It was just so fun and so light and so good. It was so good. It was so good. It was really good. It was probably top 2 for me. Like just how I enjoyed it, how it just, you know what I mean? God, it was good. It was good. It was hot.
Yeah. Well, Jacob. All right. Well, you know what else is hot? The single that's dropping on Friday from Air.
Go get it. All right, Rob.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of your night. I want to see tears when you're done. So either you get water and dash it or actual produce.
All right, let's see what I can do.
Congrats.
Okay. All right. Take care, Jacob. Bye. Okay. All right. Let me pick up Greg, who I think has to run. Greg?
Hey, Rob. How's it going?
How are we doing on time?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. All right.
Thanks. I appreciate you pulling me in, though. I'm sure there's other people waiting who have been here for longer than I have.
Yeah. Well, look, you said you have a heart out.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to say happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And I'm a relatively new on the patron front. I only came in around 2019.
Doesn't feel like it, Greg.
Season 39.
It feels like you've been here forever.
I don't even know what to say to that, but it's just been a really great experience for me, and I've really loved it. And I've met a lot of people. It's funny, a while back when we did the first RHAP patron sequester game, like that group chat is still going.
Wow.
Like all of the people who played in that group chat, we still hang out in that group chat all the time still. And that was 3 years ago. And it's pretty funny. And I was thinking about all of the things, because I think you've done a really amazing job building this community. But one of the things that I'm constantly
I appreciate that coming from you, Greg.
And one of the things I'm constantly most impressed with is when you're on calls with the patrons, there are a lot of personalities in the patron group and a lot of different kinds of people who come from different backgrounds. And I have never, ever seen you treat anyone with anything but respect and, giving everyone your time and your attention, and you remember everybody's names and all of the things about them and stuff like that. It's just the way that you take this to heart and are just so giving of yourself to the patrons when they come on. It's always been really impressive to me. It's really something that I notice every time I listen to one of these calls.
Yeah, that's an incredible compliment, and it just, that means a lot to me. But I just I appreciate everybody who's here, who's taking time out of their day to talk to me. It means a lot to me. So I'm very happy that everybody's here, and I feel like everybody's so fun. I could probably count on one hand the number of times that people called in to say something mean to me.
Right. No, I've never seen it. Everybody's always very enthusiastic and open and good-natured, no matter where they're coming from. And even when there are disagreements on the call or whatever, they get handled very naturally and the way that friends would. And it's just always, it's just been really incredible to see. It's very rare in the modern age to see something like that. And I feel like that, you can say a lot about whether community should be gate kept through subscriptions or whatever, but I do feel that has helped keep the community sane, because nobody's here who doesn't really want to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely I get that. You know, I feel very comfortable like taking calls from everybody where if it was like if I've done like Twitter spaces and you know,
Right.
like you have like random people that show up and they're just there to cause trouble. And I feel like it's very like people have to go through a lot to like come in here and like create problems.
Right, right, exactly. And it seems like I mean, my understanding is that it has happened in the past, but it hasn't happened that I've seen.
And not really on a call like this, you know, in the
Mhm.
Facebook group, you know, certainly people are like, look, the world has been through a lot and it's changed a lot in 10 years. But like I feel like that especially on these calls like this, like almost nobody ever is like trying to like create problems and everybody, you know, that's the like one of the nice things where, you know, sometimes like I think that like we look at the world and the world is like it's so crazy and you know, people are horrible to each other, but like you know, you get the chance to kind of get to know people and put a face to like and a voice to like an avatar. And we don't really get to do that so much in the rest of our like interactions online.
Yeah, it's true. And I also think it helps that like it's not like this is a Facebook group around, politics or world policy or anything. It's like none of this really matters. It's like it's reality TV, and so it's like we can be passionate about it, but it's not like any of this is the end of the world either, which is part of what makes it great because it's like something that we can care about that at the end of the day, it's not really affecting people's lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's, you know, dumb stuff that we take very seriously.
Yes, exactly. Which
Yeah.
is the best way to approach it.
As opposed to a lot of other stuff that's serious that people take very
Yeah,
dumb.
don't take very seriously. Yes, that's something different.
Yes.
Or whatever. I'm sure we could go down that path far too far, and I'm not going to.
Yeah. Well, yeah, though, thank you so much, Greg.
Yeah. The one thing that really bums me out is I haven't been able to make it to a live event yet, but I really want to. And it's because it always sounds like such an incredible experience when people go.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear whenever people have a good time at the events, and we'll keep coming out there. That look, I'd love to get to Northern California.
Yeah,
you know, sometime in the near future. I've had a couple of survivors have been like pushing me in that direction. You know, Matt and Granny are there, and a couple others, and so it's definitely on the table.
It'd be fun. Season 46 is coming up.
Okay. All right.
And that's it. Just congratulations and thanks for everything you do. And I love it. And I'm sure all the other patrons love it. And I'll let somebody else get on now.
Okay, Greg. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you. Yep.
Right,
take care.
take care.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Let me say hello to Sarah. Sarah C. Sorry, Sarah S. Didn't mean to give you a jump scare. Yes, Sarah, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Rob. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. We had I will say a fascinating podcast. I usually say a fun podcast, but I would not say that it was super fun. That we talked about a movie that was very serious on Netflix, Society of the Snow, about the plane crash that another movie, Alive, was based on.
I tried to inject some jokes, but we have to be respectful.
Yes. Okay.
I hope people like that. But congratulations, 10 years. Amazing.
Yes. Thank you, yes. Sarah. Very. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I reflect that I was a listener first, and I listened to know-it-alls, and I thought, what are all these other? I don't need these other podcasts. I just need this one podcast. And then I started listening all over the network, and I thought, I better pay for it. It's like I come from the theatre. People need to be paid for their work. So I Patron in 2018.
Yes.
Best money I ever spent,
Well,
still am a patron.
I'm happy. Yeah, happy to hear that you got a lot out of it from being here.
Much,
I appreciate all of that. Sarah, what's going on?
What's going on? Just podcasting. It's very sunny in Sydney today, as Nick said.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nick's in Sydney or Melbourne, but if he said it was hot, it's probably
Sydney.
And
No, Sarah, you said something today that I'd love to bring up, but we were talking about this doing this call tonight, and you had said it's not the same to do the 10-year patron anniversary without Sean Tucker.
Yes, I would love to just have a moment. I mean, all patrons are special and important, but it would be very nice to just have a moment to talk about and remember Sean.
Yeah. Just one of the great patrons who I talked on so many different Facebook Friday calls and was in all of the threads and posted a ton, and very sadly we lost him. I think it was in the beginning of 2022. We've gotten to know so many people, and very sadly, we've lost some friends over this time as well. And, it's, it's not fair.
Yeah. Yes. I always loved hearing him. I'd always perk, oh, sure, Sean's on. And then when you and I did the 40 seasons ranked, and we did Nicaragua,
Yes.
you saw him just watching, and you pulled him into the into the podcast, and I was just so happy to have him there. And that was, I think, fairly shortly before he died, and I just said I'm really glad I got to talk to him one last time.
2021 was when we did all that. Yeah. And he had been dealing with a lot of like being in the hospital a lot of that year. Yeah.
So yeah, remembering Sean today, along with all the happy memories as well. Well, and I mean, to me, Sean's a happy memory. I'm just sorry that he's not.
Yeah.
Well, you have other people to talk to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes. We've got a lot of people to get to, but I just wanted to pick you up, Sarah.
Okay. All right, everybody. Bye.
Okay. Take care. Bye. Okay. We have so many special guests here today. Let's say hello to a longtime patron. Brandon is here. Brandon, how are you?
Listen, I'm thrilled. I was on Facebook and I saw this live stream, and I don't know if Greg's still listening. Greg looks so much like Michael Imperioli.
Okay.
I'm like, I thought you're doing like a little Sopranos rewatch, but no, it's just Greg. It's just pinball.
You got
Greg.
the wrong Sesternino. Yeah.
Listen, I just stopping by to say congratulations.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm better that I'm here. Better that you're here. Chilling, living life.
Yeah.
Riding the wave. The wave's almost done.
Is it? It's almost done?
I mean, my wave's been done for a little couple weeks,
Yeah.
My wave crashed at the theater, the whatever theater we were in. But I'm just here to say congratulations. Thrilled.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Brandon, do you have any fond memories of the Patron Facebook group?
I got many. I have so many. I mean, I got, I love I've been, in the Robin Akiva Facebook group since the inception.
Yes.
My all-time favorite podcast. And so many good memes in there. You throw a comment in there, we're all liking each other's comments, we're all reacting, laughing. It's a good vibe in there.
Yeah.
I'm only a couple minutes into the Five Nights at Freddy's. I started
5 Nights at Freddy's. Yeah.
I started at Chipotle. I finished my burrito, and then I turned it off. But I'm getting there. It's at some point we're gonna finish it.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to hold time for other patrons that are coming.
I just wanted to pick you up that you were here.
Listen, I just want to stop by and say hello.
Yeah. Here, okay, hold on. You want to say hello to your namesake?
My namesake. Who's my? Oh, the king.
Hi.
I got bags of popcorn coming to my house because of this guy.
Thank you so much.
That's how it works.
Rob.
Chappelle, how are you?
I'm great. Happy congratulations anniversary, whatever this is, man.
Yeah,
this is amazing.
This is a great podcast.
Yeah, it's crazy. I met Brandon Donlon last season. And
what was your favorite memory of meeting Brandon Donlon?
Well, my favorite memory of meeting Brendan Donlon is probably my favorite memory of being a patron. I was at the live show, and we have like one of our own is on Survivor, and it's the coolest thing ever. And Brandon Donlon's having an amazing couple of episodes, to say the least. And I'm on stage like, oh my God, this is crazy. And the crowd is going wild. It's just a bunch of people supporting their own. We see the online Survivor community talk about super fans all the time and like how y'all would never be good on the show and all this other stuff. And we are legit like chanting. People would have been hoisting him up in the air if they could have. I think they might have actually. It was so supportive and so loving and so amazing. Just for like, bro, we met in Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy that people feel that passionately about somebody. Yeah. And it just changed the entire atmosphere of what that episode could have been like, for Brandon. And shoot, for me sitting on stage thinking, oh my God, this was his big moment. And so I was just happy to be a part of that.
When this thing started in 2014, if somebody from the Facebook group got on Survivor, we'd be like, people's heads would explode.
Yeah. Exactly. And now we have we're like people are like chanting Brandon's name and through proxy chanting my name as well. And so I just think that is so amazing. And I love that you've done this with this community, Rob.
Yeah, and I just want to add to that. I see that the Sam, I think, or you post that the live show is October 4th, and I knew I was second episode. So I know that if the math works out, like I never have missed a live show in New York City. And I got to get voted out at one. It's crazy. I was at Worlds Apart. I was at Millennials versus Gen X. I was at all of them. And then I get voted out.
And you were the first person that I've ever had at the live show that got voted out on their episode. And then I think the person who got voted out was at every one of the live shows this season.
Yes. Yeah. We got a group chat, the three of us.
You're a game changer now.
Me, Jay, and Emily. We're all just chatting about, and Caleb's in there, but not, it was
not to mention that Kelly was at the thing we did at CBS.
We're everywhere, my team. We're only in bird costumes one night, but every other night we're just there, in regular clothes,
Yeah.
But we're chilling.
You changed the game.
That's what they call me. That's what they've said. There's a whole season dedicated to that theory. But let me jump. I had so much fun. Rob, thank you again for everything.
All right, Brandon. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay. All right, and then let's bring in another friend of ours. Look who's here, Mike Bloom.
Oh my God! I'm
Mike,
in the room with two champions. I'm doing. Listen, I'm great, Rob.
Yeah.
How are your kneecaps right now? Are they moist? Have they been properly sucked for the past hour and a half?
They're just getting warmed up.
Oh yeah, we gobbling them kneecaps, baby. Okay, drop your jaw, open your throat, and
there we go.
Suck those kneecaps for this. Rob has earned it.
And if it tastes a little bit like Pineapple Boy 27, that's what it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Mike, how are you?
I mean, I am splendid. I am gearing some stuff up. In fact, actually, we can announce Wednesday night, Rob, one of the many successful podcasts that you helped create, our little draft podcast, is renewed.
Oh, you're back for Wednesday night? And what's the theme?
All right, so it's going to be, check this out. It's going to be myself. It's going to be Puya. It's going to be Brian Cohen. It's going to be Chappelle, your favorite, Shannon Gus.
Yes.
It's going to be the aforementioned Franny. We're going to be doing Outwit, Outplay, Outdraft, Advantages, and Twists.
Okay.
Ooh, this is nice.
Is that the theme that there's going to be a survivor every week?
Maybe. If they want to come on. Listen, I'm desperate. I'm willing to have anybody on. So besides that,
or it's only a member of the season 44 cast every week.
I mean, if we could do 18 of them, we can fit them in. It'll be fine. I don't know what Kane would do. I think Kane would big time us. He's too big.
Yeah, he's big.
So yeah, outside of that, I also will push people that listen. The season 46 cast will not be out for quite some bit, but if people want to check a peep at the first official cast member, you could go to the Instagram stories at the moment.
Oh,
ooh,
okay. For CBS Instagram stories?
CBS Instagram, not mine. CBS Instagram stories. If you want to take a look at the audition video of the first cast member, there's a lot about audition videos, so you get to see them before they played Survivor.
Okay.
So it's been a lot of that. Besides, basking in all the
should we release the cast of the class of 2020 audition videos?
What do you think, Chappelle? I'm gonna ask Chappelle this.
Oh no, not that. Okay, so no, don't do that. Speaking of before they made it. Rob, the first time I was
we'll do that with class of 2025.
Yeah, sure. We don't.
That's how
yeah.
we'll announce them.
Yeah. I'll be doing the interviews. I'll take care of that for you. Before I ever got to podcast, I actually came on and talked to Rob on a Facebook Friday or something. And he was demanding to talk to people who he'd never talked to. He's like, we always talk to the same faces. And I was just sitting in the Facebook group like, I don't know if you want to talk to me, and please don't. And I was looking, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll get on there. And then I came on like a bat out of hell, just talking shit and being me. And I spent most of the time like talking about Rob, but then I also talked about how I love Mike Bloom. And this is so surreal for me because that was the first time I'd ever spoken to Rob on air, and it was before I was ever a podcaster. And he was like, "You're a Mike Bloom guy?" I was like, "I love Mike Bloom. I listened to him as a historian and Mr. X. That's my guy." And I was so happy. And now to sit here and talk to both of y'all, Rob, this is the kind of community that you've built. This means so much to me.
I mean, that's the thing, Rob, is that it's 10 years of being a patron, but it's 10 years of you and I knowing.
Yeah, Mike was in the class of 2014.
So, I mean, should I tell this? I feel like I've told this story, but should I tell it again?
Release the email.
Well, because I think this is such a great representation of just like when I think of you, Rob, there are so many adjectives that come to mind, but like the one that really
sounds like, are we going back to the roast of 2014?
Exactly. No, for me, it really is generous. I think your ability to be so generous with your time, with your effort, with your words. In the beginning of 2014, I was a fan of the podcast. I've been listening since late 2012. And I had remembered that, like, you know, I had stopped being an actor and I was like looking into like doing something about like mediums that I enjoy. And so I really enjoyed podcasting for what it was. And so I emailed Rob asking, and it wasn't even about podcasting. It was about like website work. It was like, this is, I could do a little bit of stuff. I could touch up some stuff. No offense to your current UX of your website. But my place within Survivor was so tenuous that I felt this was a show nobody else watched except for me. No one in my life did. That I was fearful that if I dared reach out to this man, it would somehow come back to me. That somehow, and this is what 20 plus years of undiagnosed anxiety and depression will get you, that I have like getting the image of getting swatted essentially for like, you reached out, you like Survivor. My God, your social standing is in the Mariana Trench. So I reached out to Rob under a pseudonym. I emailed him with an email and I didn't use my own name even when I signed it. I reached out to Rob with like this a little bit of my background, what I was hoping to help him with, and I signed it with the pseudonym of Mr. X.
Yes,
Mr. X.
Yes,
from all the way back, and I want to say like February 2014. And this gentleman, first off, doesn't report me to the authorities, which he should. Doesn't immediately like get me on some sort of list.
Mr. X.
Yeah, but what he does is he responds back and says like, "Sure, I'll hop on a call with you." And then I respond back and say, "Okay, great. Here's my real name, by the way." And I remember the very first words that Rob Cesternino ever said to me, amongst the many that we would share over the next decade, is we had a phone call and I picked up the phone and you said, "Hello, is this Mr. X?" And I think it just took off from there. But I mean, obviously, that was a lesson of friendship born out of insanity. Do not do that, everybody. By the way, like, please do not. That does not fly, especially in 2023. But I remember shortly after that, you mentioned the historians. Like, I had been talking with you at the time about podcasting for the first time. And the chance that you took on me to have me on like a Survivor Kagayan voicemail, I think it was, and then to segue that into the much bereaved Last Comic Standing, to then everything else. I mean, like, I don't think you know how much you have changed my life. Like,
same.
Sincerely, I am in so many positions and I do so many things and I get to do what I absolutely love. And it is because of you. It is because you gave me the ability to do all of this, and the support that you've always been there for has been incredible. Every single time I thought that I couldn't do something, I knew that no matter what I did, that you would always be at my back, and that you'd always support me, that you'd always have me on to say something stupid and raunchy, and that you would support me through getting married and having a child, and the patrons as well. Like, Matt Scott, posted something in Pod Friends today that had a reference to back when I had a very candid conversation with him.
Yeah.
I would not be able to have opened up about any of that were it not for not only the community, but I think you opening a door in many ways about realizing that, yes, we can come on here and we can talk about silly shows that we all like to watch for 42 minutes every week, but we can also like show ourselves as people. And you were one of the first people to not only teach me that, but allow me to be that. And I do not think I can put into words how I will forever be grateful for you for that.
Well, thank you so much, Mike. I'm just, it makes me so sad to think that, there could be a world where we don't have Mike Bloom and I mean, have the what you bring to podcasts.
I mean, let's be honest, it might have been that way as well. Again, anxiety, depression.
But I mean, literally like that, like that, to not have you in our ears, like ever, like, that's like, I can't imagine. And so, I just think that you're just so incredibly talented and you're the fastest person there is. And it's just it's a joy to collaborate with you.
I mean, I feel completely the same way. And I think granting us an ability to also like meet incredible people like Chappelle as well.
Oh.
I mean, specifically getting to go to these live events like the past couple of years and seeing like actually getting together as podcasters. Like, I say it's so cheesy, but like 10 years ago, I never thought I'd be able to make friends around this. I thought that I was all alone out there and like thought I was on an island. And it turns out that there's a whole archipelago of us and the friendships that I've been able to make. I mean, you had Puya on before, like the freaking marriages and children that have come out of just not only a love for the show, but a love for you, Rob. Like, I know you feel it tonight, but like it shouldn't be felt only one day. It's like Christmas.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm just like I'm thrilled that we all like found each other because of like this crazy thing that came out of me being so horribly unemployable that nobody would give me a job.
Don't the best things come out of that though?
Right. This podcast and the patrons and the patron community and stuff, it gave Mike the opportunity to make friends. But these were my first white friends too, and so I definitely thank you. I mean, y'all are up there. You my white idols, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to be like
the
Rob
Whitals.
The Whitals, yeah. It's y'all and Michael Keaton, Of course Michael Keaton's first, but y'all are there too. But I love y'all.
Robin, we're good.
Yeah, but I love y'all. I do. And I love podcasting with y'all. I love the opportunity to talk to y'all. And it is so surreal for me to even just sit here knowing that the first conversation I had was on a patron call and it wouldn't have happened. And I had been a patron for a while. I was so shy. Imagine that. Yeah. It's like a world where Mike Bloom doesn't want people to know him about Survivor. It's the same. But it's like you're just waiting on somebody to just give you that chance to come out of your shell and talk about something you feel so passionate about with people that you like. And so, thank you, Rob. But I'll get out the way. I know you have a lot. People
that's the thing is I think you normalized a lot of stuff. I think
you did.
You normalized obsessions with these shows.
Yeah, because we was obsessing with or without you, but we didn't get to talk about it with nobody.
we didn't get to talk about it. All right. Well, you both are the best. Thank you so much for being a part of all this nonsense, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Yeah, 10 more years.
Okay.
10 more years.
Bye. Good night, everybody. Okay. Happy 10 years.
All right. Bye. Okay, let me pick up that Angie, I think, needed to run. So let me pick up Angie. Hey, Angie, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Yes, what's happening?
Congratulations on 10 years.
What were you doing with the camera? You're like putting like a pop figure in front
I
of
know.
it?
I don't know how to prop it. I mean, you can always see the ceiling, so I brought Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien pop figure, yes.
Yeah, I got this recently, and then that's Conan O'Brien. What is it? Without Borders. So I think it's when he went to Cuba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it better.
Yeah.
And then I also have.
Are you Cuban?
Ted Lasso. There's Ted Lasso there.
Yes. Yes.
And then the big three: you and Akiva and Coach.
Coach Beard, yes, that's right.
Yeah. there. Okay, and then
I just found it on the floor. I've been cleaning my office all week. I did find Coach Beard.
Oh, and then I just wanted to show you because I never told you what I have from when I went to Toronto. So yes, I'm almost 1 year old. There they are, the big three. So I just wanted to say I'm almost a year as a patron. I've been working for a while.
Yes.
But yes, so I became a patron because I really wanted to go to Toronto for the live show in May. And I swear, I told my husband when there was the show, I told him, like, we need to go. I'm on mat leave right now. I'm going back in April. And I said, we need to go. This is the only time that I can actually have time to do this. And he told me no. And then I actually acted like a teenager and went to my room and started like crying because my husband wouldn't go with me. I was like, this is horrible. Like, why? Because he's really busy with work. So then like a week after, I'm like, Matt, my husband, Matt, I really have to go. Like, I'll go with or without you. And he's like, I already bought tickets. I'm like, oh, that's such a nice surprise. So, and he's still a patron, although but he doesn't listen. But I'll let him. I'm the double patron. But he had so much fun at the show. He really enjoyed the time there, and we had a little mini date because baby and kid were away.
Not easy.
So anyways, I just wanted to show you quickly. So this is Taylor.
Wait, hold on. But I can't see. It's Taylor from Big Brother. Okay.
Yeah. And this is Karen.
Yes. Do you make these when you're not going to podcast events?
No. So the thing is, so I went on the first night on Wednesday, and I talked to you, and then I'm like, okay, I really need to see how I can get his attention a little bit more because you were drunk, but anyway, so
I was drunk.
I think so. Definitely on the Thursday, but I think too many people were giving you shots.
Yeah.
Anyway,
maybe.
yeah. So then I'm like, I wake up, I don't know, around 2 p.m. Like, oh my god, I know what to do. He makes a lot of his little Reem and Boston Rob and Tony popsicles, so I'm gonna do them. So after the hotel, I went to the computer in the hotel and saved a lot of the pictures, printed them, went to like a different store to print them.
Come check out Deal or No Deal Island.
Oh, can you do Tony Blachos?
Okay, hold on, let me find him.
Yeah.
Hey, Rock and Rob, congratulations on 10 years. You know what else was the 10-year anniversary? Survivor Cagayan. And that was a good season because I was the winner. Team TV all the way.
Yay! I'll talk Lama. Anyway. So then I went to Wendy's and I put all of this stuff together like 1 hour before the show. So
the way there was Wendy's right near the theater.
What's that? Yes, that's where I went.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I have Derek and Claire.
Oh, nice.
Okay, and then the main reason for this. What is this? Oh, where is it?
Yeah, that's what's that tie? What is it? And then the only tie winner for me. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was very scared that Ty was gonna win. So
the other tie won Big Brother Canada.
Yep, pretty disappointing, but it was nice to boo at Zach when he was there, so that was fun.
Yeah.
And I also made one for Melissa. So Melissa took hers home, and I also gave her the little outfits, to put her on her doll. And then I also made one for Kevin, and Kevin with what's his name? I can't remember his name. But anyway, so yeah, everyone got one.
Martin?
So that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Angie, thank you so much for the call.
Okay, thank you so much, and happy anniversary, and I'll see you hopefully whenever you guys come back to Toronto. If not, I'll get my passport ready for whatever event comes eventually.
Well, probably not for back to Toronto for a minute.
Wah! Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let me pick up. Ari Ferrari is here. Ari, how are you?
Oh my goodness, I'm doing well. Rob, how's it going, my friend?
What's been going on with you?
Oh, it's been a while. And you know what? Before any of that, happy anniversary. Congrats. More importantly, thank you. Because of this podcast, people have welcomed me into their homes. Shout out Jessica Frey, Max Dawson. Shout out the Beer and Barbecue Alliance, Maureen, Luke, Becky, Nikki, others. So, I just really appreciate all the experiences outside of the patron group. So enough about the past, Rob. I'm here. Let's talk about the future. What's next? What do the next 10 years look like?
God. I don't know. I haven't really, why do you think that there's a plan beyond there's never been a plan?
Well, I'm setting you up, Rob, because you know me. I'm always pitching you ideas. I'm always keeping you busy.
What's the plan, Ari?
All right. On the heels of Traitors this past weekend. Amazing, by the way. That was a lot of fun.
Yes.
All right. How do we take that to the next level? How about a live competitive event? What does that look like? Some sort of RHAP WrestleMania, let's say.
WrestleMania. I don't know. I really felt like it was such a great success. I felt like that what we did, and I certainly feel like that we could do that once a year, twice a year. Try to do that, but the idea of doing an original production is still very interesting to me.
Chappelle's into it. Look at that. I love it.
Yeah.
He's very excited. So I think we already got some buy-in.
Yeah. So that's certainly a possibility. I do have one thing that is like not the biggest thing in the world, but I do have one I've really been very busy behind the scenes in terms of working on things of the back room stuff of the podcast. And 2014 we also launched the RHAP app, and is desperately in need of a refresh. And so I am looking to create a focus group to help me figure out the functionality of what should the next version of the RHAP app, the next version of the robasawebsite.com look like. And so if there are any patrons who are eager to work on that project with us, let me give out a link. robasawebsite.com/new app. NEWAPP. robasawebsite.com/new app. If you would like to volunteer to be part of the group that helps me develop the next version of the RHAP app and the website. Okay.
Look at that. We got some breaking news.
Yes, breaking news. Yes. Okay.
Wow.
So, yes.
No, go on.
That's a big one for this year. That's a goal for the first half of this year.
All right. Well, I will let you go. That was pretty much it. Just wanted to catch your temperature on that, because you know me, I'm a sports marketer. It's what I do. It's what I'm good at. So just wanted to pick your brain on that, see how that looks
what's
like.
What's new in your world, Ari?
Oh, well, this mustache. This is a new one, all right?
Yeah.
It's
nuts.
It's in honor of my pop. No, he's doing good, but I'm gonna see him on Friday. I wanna surprise him with this is what you would look like if you were much more handsome and younger. At his age, at my age now, he had 3 kids. So I figured I'd upgrade the mustache for 2024.
Okay.
Right.
Mission accomplished.
All right, Rob. Okay. Appreciate you. We'll catch you later.
Thank you. Appreciate you too. Okay.
All right. We'll collab soon.
Okay. All right. Looking forward to it. Don't make up a promise if you're not going to keep it, Ari. Okay. All right. Let me say hello to Julianne. Hi, Julianne. How are you?
I'm good.
Julianne, I'm sorry to keep you on hold for so long.
That's okay. I had stuff on TV, so I was multitasking.
What are you watching?
Wrestling, Raw.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes. So what's going on, Julianne?
Just relaxing for the night. I listened to some of Matt Scott's stuff this morning. The
new Pod Friends with Bryce.
Pod Friend and the wrestling rap.
Oh, so you did all. It was a Matt Scott Monday for you.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't listened to Pod Friends yet, but looking forward to hearing what Bryce has to say.
Okay. Hi, Chappelle. I just saw.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's new?
Just trying to get started this year. Last year was kind of rough. I I suffer a few losses.
Yeah. Well, I'm
So
sorry to
hoping
hear
for
that,
better.
Julianne.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, how can we get 2024 on the right start?
Well, first I need to do a little cleaning here and there.
Okay. I did that in my office
Yeah.
over here. Yeah, and you know what? It helped me because I was like, I don't know where to start, but I got this office is looking a lot better than it was.
Yeah. My issue's getting started.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at it like, oh no.
You want me to see if I can get Matt Scott to make any more podcasts? Does you have something to listen to?
Sure, whenever he has time.
Okay. Well, he's got a whole season of Pod Friends coming out, but probably not again until this weekend.
Right. Well, it's not just them. You brought up this great community. Like not only like the Survivor, Big Brother podcast, but like all the spinoffs.
Yeah.
I'm hoping you expand it even more if that's
Yeah, why?
possible.
What should we what else should we cover, Julianne?
Shoot. There's a Well, I did post just now that Deal or No Deal Island for
Deal or
him.
no? Okay, we'll have to do something with Deal or No Deal Island.
I saw it advertised like when House of Villains was on. It was even before I found out Boston Rob was gonna be on there.
Hey, Julianne, you better watch me on Deal or No Deal Island. The bank doesn't have a chance. You know what I mean?
But I just wonder how's all that
Not
gonna
enough.
work? What are they trying to do?
Yeah. I think they go and they find suitcases and then they bring them to Howie Mandel. Actually, no, I think that the Howie Mandel is not out there on the island. I think that's Joe Janello.
Oh, Sophia's? What's her
Yes,
name?
yes, Sofia Vergara. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I feel like with the writer's strike, I feel like they're trying to come up with more and more ideas. But
Hey, eventually they're gonna have a good one,
starting to run
Julianne.
out.
Yeah, they're gonna get one eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You ready for the Traitors?
Yes, I saw the Saturday thing. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, the real Traitors are coming on Friday.
I know. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Actually, it's all like reality rather than half and half.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Julianne. Anything else going on?
Nothing much really. I just want to say happy 10 years. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you at another live show soon. Okay.
Yeah. You say you're trying to get one in Chicago. Well, since that one would be the closest, I'll try to be there.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Sam is working on the schedule for the spring, and so we did a lot in the fall. I don't know if we're going to be on the road that much.
Yeah.
Julia, Maximus Mom wants to know who you're rooting for on the Traitors.
The Survivors, Sandra, Parvati, Dan.
Yeah.
All the ones from the competition reality.
Yeah.
I mean, I do keep up with housewives here and there, but I don't know. They're just I think they're just gonna cause drama more.
Yep. Maybe. All right, Julianne. All right. Talk to you soon, okay?
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Let's say hello to Sarah has been on hold. I teased Sarah when I picked up the other Sarah. Sarah, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, you did give me a jump scare with Sarah Carradine, but no, that's okay.
Yes. What's happening?
Yeah, I wanted to say congrats too. I know that some of the podcasters, Mike and Chappelle were saying how much you've changed their lives by letting them, be a part of the podcast. And I feel like my life has been changed so much too, and I'm just a listener.
May I ask how so?
Because of all the joy and laughter and new friends, and it's just like something that I listen to every single day, and something I look forward to. There are shows that I watch just so I can listen to the podcast. Like if RHAP didn't exist, I wouldn't even be watching the shows. Like, that's how much I, care about the podcast. And yeah, I mean, it's just, a more personal level of like, this is how it's changed my life. But like, it really has. It affects my life in so many ways. Thanks, Chappelle. And yeah, I mean, okay, example here. I met Chappelle at the Bryson Wen 44 finale events.
Okay. Yeah.
And then at the New York show, months later, I saw him, and before I could even say like, hey, don't know if you remember me, he was like, oh, hey, Sarah, what's up? Like, just really special people here. And I love it. I mean, I can't say enough.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you saying that, and Chappelle has a gift, and so it's so nice that like he's so good at like making everybody feel like welcome and included, and so that's one of the things that I love about him, and it's just really like the kind of environment I like want to have around this thing.
Yeah. I became a patron in 2018. I've been listening like full on, like, all the coverage since 2017. And right when I started becoming a patron was going into David versus Goliath.
Yeah.
And I got to go to a couple of Gabby's viewing parties for that season because she lived in Arlington.
Pittsburgh?
No, in Arlington,
okay, she lived in
Virginia.
DC then, right?
Yeah, she lived in DC for 1 year, and in the same neighborhood that I lived in Arlington, Virginia. And yeah, I just randomly saw her tweet, hey, if you're in Arlington, swing by. And I just went by myself, like I didn't know anyone. And yeah, Owen is like one of the first people that I met. And then yeah, years later, I was at his viewing party in DC. Like it was so full circle. And yeah, it's been cool every time a new Survivor cast announcement comes out to like, scroll on Redmond's post and then see like, are there any patrons? And then
is there anybody we know?
the group like blows up. Yeah.
Yep.
And like Brandon, Survivor patron turned Survivor player, I was also one of the first people in the RHAP Facebook group.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's so much fun too. RHAP is also my favorite podcast. And yeah, I love it.
Shout out to Brandon Donlon, I believe the first RHAP listener on Survivor.
Hopefully many more to come.
Hopefully many more.
Should we start doing that in our Survivor audition tapes?
Of what I say, what podcast? Like, if you don't want to get on the show, I think.
Well, then it'll be documented, and then when CBS shows it, you can be like, "Hey, see."
Yeah, maybe like if you could like get like some like subtle like references on like, "Hey, I don't know how I'm going to do on Survivor. Like, I can't even tie my shoes." Like, like you just like get like quiet references.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to come up with one off the top of my head and I failed to do that. But yeah, I love RHAP. That's like such a special podcast. When you guys hit 5 years of RHAP,
I think you say 5 Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, okay. Also, like Brandon, I'm like 10 minutes into that podcast and I haven't listened to the rest yet.
Yeah.
But when you guys hit
Might
5,
have spent about 45 minutes on day 1 at Freddy's.
Okay. And oh yeah, I think when I stopped listening, you were drafting streaming services.
Streaming service death draft. Yeah.
And Akiva can't remember what Max is called like 3 times.
3 times. Yeah.
They made it simpler for you, Akiva. It's just Max.
It's just Max.
It'll always be HBO Max to me. I still call it that, but
yeah.
Yeah, never forgotten. Anyway, when you hit 5 years of RHAP in 2023, I made a post in the group and of like my top 5 moments or,
Yes.
episodes or whatever. And then, a bunch of people saw it and they started commenting their own like favorite moments. And yeah, that was special for me to kind of like start that conversation there and just have everyone like pour the
Yeah,
love.
weigh in. Yeah.
Yeah, Chester bringing back his musical talents. That was a real treat.
Real nice. Way to end 2023.
Yeah. I loved the explanation in his email of his little like motion to Jen through the window.
That was
I'm
amazing.
assuming.
That was like when because when Akiva like said like, what is he doing? Why is it he's pointing it? And then he's like, okay, I have an email from Chester. It's like, do not open until you've watched the video. You're probably wondering who I was pointing to. He's like, yes, I literally just was.
As was I, but I was not expecting an explanation. I probably should have.
No. What dedication at like 1 o'clock in the morning to get in a hot tub and write a rap song, a battle rap?
I mean, if anyone was gonna get the post Will from America section of the story, I'm glad it was him.
Nobody else would have done that. Nobody else would have followed through on the battle rap. Maybe Mike Bloom. But it was incredible.
Yeah. Well, thanks for picking up my call.
You got it, Sarah.
I really, I went to the DC live show and then I went to New York in October. So really hope to get to 1 in 46 wherever you guys end up going.
Okay. All right, Sarah. Well, thank you so much and talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Rob. Congrats.
Okay. Let me pick up. Chantel is here. Hey, Chantel, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? Congratulations.
Thank you. How have you been?
I've been doing well. I'm coming to you.
Where are
live
you?
from my resort. I'm here. I'm in Mexico right now.
You're in Mexico. Why are you calling in a patron podcast in Mexico?
Because I saw that you I got the memo and I was like, okay, I got home today from Chichen Itza and you guys were still on. So I said I would decide to come on to say how much I'm grateful being part of this community.
Yeah, well, we're grateful to have you, Chantel, and I just always appreciate the light and the joy you bring to all of this, and it's always fun to podcast with you. And I've had so much fun with you at the live shows.
Yay! Oh my God, the live shows they give me life. Kind of like a lot of people here have been talking about not really having anybody in their life that cares about reality TV. And so you just have given me like a bunch of friends that like I would never have met, being in Canada, especially. And so super grateful for everything that you've done and so happy that I can be a part of it.
How's the trip?
Trip's amazing. I mean, I just saw Chichen Itza. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy over here, but it's been fantastic. I was in Tulum. I was in Playa del Carmen.
Look at you.
Got some more things to do.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to hold you up, Chantel.
You're not holding me up. I wanted to be here. I wanted to say hi, and now I'm gonna go for dinner.
Okay. All right. Enjoy the trip. Okay.
Will do. See you soon.
All right.
Happy 2024.
All right. You too. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Let me say hello to Shelly is here. Shelly, how are you? How have you been?
Hi. I'm good. How are you, Rob?
Doing good. Long time no talk. Everything
it's
good
been a
on
while.
your end?
Yeah, things are pretty good. I have you've been keeping me a lot of company. I have a different job now and I'm traveling a lot more, so I get a lot. I'm getting a lot of backlog
Yes.
news AF
Okay.
listening in and all of the things. It's been fantastic. Loving
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Is it the travel's going well?
Yeah, travel's going well. I was just I have a trip tomorrow. It's one of those like in and out, less than 24 hours. So I was just packing while I was listening and just such a delight. I hope you're really feeling all of the
I really am.
like, isn't
This has
it
been such a
wonderful
nice-
to
Yes.
I think man, I should just go to work and be like, hey, we're gonna celebrate my 8-week anniversary of something. Everyone call in. I feel so good
No,
about
this
myself.
is- I
This is
was
great.
I wasn't expecting this tonight.
It's fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
look, I hope you take it in and really sit in it. I don't know. Is Chappelle still listening?
He might be in the chat.
Okay, that's okay. So my daughter I just wanted him to hear this. My daughter, so we made the watching of the Traitors this weekend a whole family
Mhm.
affair. So I had my husband and my 14-year-old daughter and my 11-year-old son. We were all watching it. And as I was waiting and packing, my daughter came in and she's like, "Oh, are you waiting to go to college, Rob?" I said, "Yeah." And that was when you had Chappelle and Mike Bloom on. And my
Yes.
daughter goes, "Oh my God, that's the guy who won Traitors."
Yep. He's
Oh,
is in
spoiler
the
alert.
chat.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
So she was super pumped and was like her first real celebrity sighting or something. So that was awesome.
Yes. Okay.
Poor G.
Well,
It's like, go
yes.
tell your friends at school. They'll totally know who he is. Anyway, it was really fun. And a great view for her because she'll hear me talk about podcasts. She always makes fun of me because she's a teenager and stuff. But
Mhm.
then to get to see all the people, she's like, "Oh, I see why you like that person. Ooh, they do have a good voice." So it was kind of fun. It was a hoot. Anyway, really nice job with that.
Yes, thank you.
Everything else
Yeah, I
is
was
going
really
pretty
happy with how
good.
it all turned out. It was just like a really
It
it was
should
a
be.
really fun experience for I felt like that the players seemingly had fun. The audience was having fun. The people on
Yes.
social media like they were making memes and it was just like it was like everybody like got it, and it was like a snowy, Saturday afternoon for a lot of people. Like it was just like a good, day of fun for everybody.
Yeah, it was a great time. But I think part of, yes, they all did great. Part of the fun also was your commitment to it. And
Mhm.
you like really committed to the bit, and that was really
Well, I
fun
have to.
with the
Can't,
hats and the lederhosen and all the
you know what?
things.
But everybody else was so like I knew
Yeah.
how much like everybody else was doing like behind the scenes. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I can't like be the weak link.
Yeah. Yeah. Could I, since I'm on the thing,
Yeah.
can I
Yeah.
say something to a couple of the other podcasters?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, can I really? Okay. Liana Boris, you should be famous. I love you. Think you're great. Great takes. Liana from Science, so smart. Chantel, who just came on, she has a great voice, doesn't she? Just like this
Mhm.
really soothing, like you said, like kind of joyous, wonderful voice. You're doing really nice things, getting all of these great people on.
Never
And
seen
then,
Chantel in a bad mood once.
yeah, she's a human. She probably is at some point.
Well, she's a pro.
We
Never
don't have
seen
the
it.
proof
Never
though,
seen it
so
once.
not proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then
Mhm.
this is kind of maybe a weird one, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Okay.
Kirsten McInnes, when I think about how I want my 14-year-old daughter to like grow up and position her view on the world, I often think of Kirsten because
Wow.
she's like so pro woman and really like stand up for yourself and no, this isn't okay. And I'll see her tweets sometimes and be like, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like, how am I 45-year-old woman? I didn't even think about that. But she's got this, I like the way she advocates for women. So kudos to you, Kirsten.
Wow.
Okay, this is great.
Yeah. You got any
You
more,
just really
Shelly?
gave me a platform,
Yeah.
Rob. Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Who else you want to talk about?
Who else?
Not that everyone else isn't also great. The B&B, I love the B&B. Who doesn't want to
Mhm.
listen to that? You listen to it as soon as it drops. And for any of you non-news AFers out there, I got to tell you, that's like a real gem. Really
Mhm.
take the time to go out and listen. A couple
Yeah.
of really funny people
No
out there.
no news AF tomorrow
laugh out
morning. I
loud.
have my annual physical tomorrow morning.
Okay. You feeling good about it?
I feel okay. I mean, I'm always like
Rob,
what?
when you make coffee,
Yeah.
do you have like one of those espresso machine things?
I don't have an espresso machine.
And like
Well,
the
I do. I have a Nespresso, but I don't use it so much for espresso.
So I didn't think I liked coffee. I was
Yeah.
thinking about this because you had your annual physical, and then my
Yeah.
brain was like, oh yeah, maybe how was hers with coffee. Anyway, I didn't think I liked coffee, and then I went to St. Louis with my best friend, and she made me a homemade caramel macchiato,
Macchiato. Yeah.
and it was delicious. And I thought, oh my God, my whole world has changed. And now I have bought syrups and I have
Oh
like
my God.
foamers at
Yeah.
home, and I'm all in. And I was thinking the other day, I wonder what my next physical is going to look like because I went from like no coffee to like 3 cups of coffee a day. It's delicious.
Yeah,
And
the
really sugar. I
coffee
mean,
is
it's
in
not
a
like extra
vacuum
coffee.
is
You think it's fine?
too bad. Yeah, I think it's
Probably
good.
be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, anyway, Rob, I know
Yeah.
you have a long list of people. I just
Yeah.
really congratulations to you.
Thank you, Chelly. And you know, it's so nice to get this has been really nice. I've gotten to, catch up with some people that I haven't heard from in a while. So so happy that you're doing great, and always nice to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you. I will. Can I just one thing? You might not hear from me as often, Rob, but I'm still listening as much. And
Yeah.
I just couldn't miss the 10th anniversary. I just had to get in there and talk to you. So don't think I fell out. I'm
I
still really excited to be here.
appreciate it. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Take care of
All right.
yourself.
Take care.
Hi to the
Bye.
family.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Bye.
too. Bye. Okay. Let me say hello to Kelly. Kelly, how have you been?
Oh, I'm so good. I've been great. How are
Yes,
you?
Kelly, look at your earrings.
Oh, well, those are those are actually on my glasses because
Oh.
my computer glasses are exactly like my regular glasses. And to ensure I don't leave the house with these on, I leave these
You have
on
to
my
weigh
desk.
them down? Is that so?
It's just so I know what they are. Like I know I should not leave the house like this.
Yes, with dangling stars. How have you been?
I'm good. I've been super busy. They gave me, post pandemic,
Yes.
they gave me I kept getting more and more jobs, and they said, we don't have any more money. Here's a new title. And I'm like, that's great, but I'm going to do it from here.
Yes.
So,
Nice.
so I'm doing that from home now. So I actually listen less, which is weird. I feel like I should listen more, but I think I
You don't have a
listen.
commute.
But I really wanted to drop in and just tell you it's so you really do impact people's lives in a lot of different ways. And I have made friends, and friends that aren't patrons anymore that I'm still in contact with. And I appreciate that. And one of my jobs is I do service culture training. And one of the things I talk about is the 5 human truths, and everybody wants to feel like they belong. And my best example of everybody wants to feel like they belong is, this Facebook group of people that are so diverse and people that I would never come in contact with otherwise. And, everything from students to rocket scientists are part of this group. It's just such an amazing, you've just put together a great community, and I appreciate you. And even if I don't get to show up and listen all the time, I still enjoy it and appreciate. I don't miss the Survivor podcast, but I don't get all of them in anymore.
Yeah. Well, Kelly, I'm happy to see the dog. I was going to ask you how are the dogs doing?
They're good. That's Ronix. It's been windy, and they've been under my desk all day because I don't know. I guess we're scared of wind now. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I can't roll my chair without running over a dog.
Kelly, have you run into Kim recently?
I have.
Yeah.
We spoke. I have been campaigning. My kids moved out. My son's moved out.
Okay.
Last quarter. And look, I have a cute office now. But I've been talking to her about doing some stuff at the house and potentially doing why the heck did I buy this house if it gets picked up. So
yeah. All right. Well, knock on wood.
So we talk about
I always root for her.
She's so busy. She's got so many clients, and she's so busy. So if I do get to do something to the house, she's at least going to come in and consult. And she's, she's just
she might do some work at your house.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it would be fantastic.
Yeah.
That's what my husband sort of always dangled when I was all sad about the boys moving out. He'd be like, well, maybe Kim could come over. I'm like, okay, we'll take out a loan.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
Not
That's
selling
incredible.
the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be really, that'd be really super, but she's great. In fact, I think I joined, I've listened since the beginning because after you left your last stint on Survivor, I set up a Google alert for you.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm like, I'm going to miss this guy. I want to see what he's doing.
Right.
He's going to do something. I'm going to see what he's doing. So I set up a Google alert. So as soon as you started the podcast, I was there listening right away, but I didn't become a patron until I want to say maybe it was 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Millennials versus Gen X, whenever that was.
I think that was Was that 2016? I think it was 2016.
I
Yeah.
think so, because that's the day I met Kim, and I was
Yes.
like, nobody in my life is ever going to care about this thing that just happened to me. I'm going to go join a group where somebody can care about. And she was leaving the day I met her. She was leaving to come do the post-show interviews with you.
Yes. She was on the red carpet with me when Adam Klein won.
Yeah, we had a great visit that day, and anyway, that's the reason I finally bought in and was glad I had, because then you did Austin KIA and was able to get in on that. So I hope to come and visit and make more friends at a future event.
Okay, and I hope to get back to Texas, and maybe if I need a ride home, hopefully you guys can help me out again.
Billy's always there. I'll drag him along. He's even kind of started watching Survivor just a little bit with me. He still teases and makes fun of me the whole time, but he watched most of this last season.
Okay, and 90-minute episodes. That's no small feat.
Yeah, before he was not, but now I can kind of get him to watch it once in a while. He would love to chauffeur us around again.
Okay, all right. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for hanging in there on hold and calling in tonight.
Congratulations. Great work. I love you guys. I really do.
All right, Kelly, thank you so much. Okay.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye. Okay. Oh, so excited. Look who's here. Dan Sinensky.
Oh,
Dan, how are you?
Doing all right. Happy 10 years.
Yes. Dan, thank you so much. This is such a treat.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Sorry,
How you
it's
been?
been so long since I've called in.
It's no problem. What's been going on? Give me the updates.
Oh, most of them aren't fun, but things are better now.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Dan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I miss talking to you.
Yeah, I miss talking to you too. And I guess I just wanted to say I really appreciate everything that you've put out the past 10 plus years, you and your team, because I know it's a team effort. But sorry, I'm rambling a little bit.
You're doing great.
But yeah, just you've brought the collective you have brought a lot of joy to my life, and yeah, I just really appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dan. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything you want to talk about?
No, I don't have too much going on these days. I guess something that's kind of funny, or maybe it's not that funny. We'll see. In the middle of season 43, I went into the hospital. And then I was wondering, all right, what happened? How did it end? So then I asked someone to look up the winner for me, and they told me Gabler won. I'm like, oh, well, I wonder how that. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, the people that watch the show asked the same thing.
Yeah. It was. I'm sure there were. I don't know what I'm saying. It was disappointing.
It's what a lot of people said.
Yeah. But I just thought, if I'm going to be anywhere to get this news, might as well be the hospital.
Well, Dan, I hope everything's going okay.
Thanks. I appreciate it. And I just wanted to say, oh yeah, that's a good point, Andrew in the comments saying, but it got us Emily.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to say thanks for everything.
Yeah.
And looking forward to more.
Yeah, I like your shirt too, Dan.
Appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Take care, buddy. Okay.
Take it easy.
Miss you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Well, nice call from Dan. Okay. Let me say hello to Elisa. Elisa, how are you? Oh, Elisa.
Sorry, I'm not
On
doing
again,
well.
off again. Yes.
Not doing well with tech today.
That's okay. What's happening?
First off, happy 10-year patronversary. I don't know what the hashtag would be
it's
for
happy
this.
anniversary to the Patron group.
Yeah. It's really awesome. And I'll make this quick because I'm sure there's a lot of people calling in and whatnot.
There's a couple more. We've been going for a while.
For sure. but also because I might have to hop into a call in like 7
got
minutes.
it.
So I will make this quick. But I just wanted to say that being a patron has been some of the most fun I've had in years, and it's really cool just kind of seeing how close the community is after you join. But then I feel like sometimes when you join something and you see how close people are, you're like trying to figure out, maybe I joined too late, or because when I first joined, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna like continue staying or not.
Sure.
But then I don't know, just like I just ended up just talking to a lot of people on Discord, and I ended up staying, and it was a really awesome time. I've made a lot of friends here on Discord as well as Facebook. Like for example, like there was this one time where Jordan hosted a Mafia game, and then I just kind of joined that Mafia game. But then after the Mafia game, I think Amy and Brandon Bear were just like, hey, do people want to stay after to like play like code names and things like that? So through that, I met more people like Tommy Guam and Max and like and Michelle and all of these like and Braden and all these people, and it's like it's been really fun just getting to know everyone and like just like talking about 90 Day Fiance with people like Jess and like Jason Reed and Puya and like all this stuff on the Discord, and like also like doing like fantasy football with people and all of these things. And then also I went to my first live show last year, which last year was only 8 days ago. So there you go. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for creating this community, and also to the patrons. You are all seriously awesome. I love just listening to all of the podcasters, everyone who just calls in, and just hearing what people have to say. I remember I was telling this to Aman and Chantel during the LA live show, but I was just straight up telling them, like, I don't really watch Big Brother, but I will listen to their podcasts because I think they're so funny. So it's like I'm listening to everything, or as much as as much as the human person can, even if I don't even watch the show, like, such as Hit It, like on Hit or Quit It or anything, just because I love hearing everyone in this community. And so yeah, I just wanted to say this has been an awesome time, and thank you.
Well, you're awesome, and I always appreciate when you call in. You always have, really great takes and great questions, and so thank you for being so active.
For sure. And I think one of the reasons I am active is just because I really enjoy the content and I like talking about it with people. And I also like, just hearing what other, like on Survivor, like what previous contestants have to say about episodes, or News AF, hearing Danny and Tyson talk, which actually News AF was my entry into RHAP, because I started listening to RHAP just because I didn't realize that podcasting about Survivor was a thing after Cambodia. And so I was just listening to Survivor and you and just everyone talk just because I liked hearing all the post-show recaps and whatnot. But then what really got me to stay was you, Rob, and Danny. Like News AF was really like had me stay, and then like just hearing more people talk outside of Survivor, and everything's just so cool and fascinating. And then now that I'm a patron, it's been great hearing you and Nicole all the time. So it's been a good time.
Well, thank you, Elisa, and I hope we'll get Nicole back up here tomorrow for another patron 5 for 5. And I just I appreciate it, and just makes me happy to hear you say all that.
Yeah, and yeah, that's actually all I have to say. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just congrats, and also I just had to talk about it because I think it was but I think it was. Someone was talking about how, I think it was Sarah, was only talking about how they listened to the first 10 minutes of RHAP when you were talking about Peacock.
Five Nights at Freddy's,
and how you were ranking Peacock. Well, did you know? It's just because I just realized this, but did you know that Peacock has the streaming rights to the Chiefs and Dolphins game for Wild Card?
Yes, Sunday.
You can't watch
Saturday
it anywhere
night.
else.
Yes,
yeah, it's ridiculous. So now I have to get or like bum Peacock off of someone just so that I could watch the wild card
Well,
game.
okay, so that was a bad pick in the that streaming site death draft.
Yeah, well well, if Peacock continues doing this, now you have to subscribe to Peacock to watch your football games, which is crazy.
Yeah. They had one other one, like around like on Christmas weekend, but then
Yeah, that's
they got the one
ridiculous.
playoff game, but they might have spent like $2 billion on it.
I mean, that's fair, but it's crazy because it's the Chiefs and Dolphins game.
Yeah, they
and,
got
like
the best
that one's
game.
on
Yeah.
Peacock. Like
Yeah.
God, so mind blown there. Like
Yeah.
I think, and then just real quick before I go, I think the frustrating thing about football is it just feels like all of these different streaming sites and channels have rights to random games. When shouldn't just one streaming service have the rights to like football games? Like I don't get why there's like 3 services that do football. Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. That they make so much money off of it. And I mean, I'm like pretty on top of it. And I'm always like, Dominic, where is the game? Where do we go? And sometimes like the thing that really messes us up is that sometimes there will be a game on and then the NFL Network will have like a random version of that same game from like a different year. So like on Saturday night, the Steelers were playing the Ravens, and then me and Dominic go to put on the game, and it's on, and it's like, oh, the Steelers are winning, and but I'm like, it's so weird. It's daytime. I don't get it. Like, what's going on? And it's like, oh no, we were like watching like week 13 of like 2022 on the NFL Network instead of the real Steelers versus Ravens game that was on.
Wow, that's so ridiculous. Like, even on the NFL Network, like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know what they're supposed to show. That happened like when it was the Ravens were going to play the 49ers. No, sorry, I don't mean to bring up sore subject. But
it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. But then they had the Ravens 49ers Super Bowl again, sore subject.
My God! Wow, they're really beating it down, huh?
But they had that on the same. I'm like, why are they showing this? I'm like, oh, okay, because they're playing this week.
Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
but good luck with the rest of the way for the 49ers.
I like the Ravens are tough. They're for sure a really good team. I just hope the best I could really ask for is everyone just rests for 2 weeks and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But also good luck to everyone's wild card teams as well.
Good luck. Yes. I was telling when we were watching the end of the game, I was like, oh, it's Sam Darnold. Let's go. But he's still not good.
It's like it's okay. It's like serviceable. it's totally fine. That being said, how we lost, I feel like how the Niners lost wasn't offense. It was definitely defense for last weekend. So it's
all right. We'll get everybody healthy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Rob.
Okay.
And thanks everyone for just being patrons and podcasters and stuff. And have a great night.
Okay. Take care. Bye. Let me say hello to Ken. Hey, Ken, what's happening?
Hello.
Ken, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to get on with you.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, Ken, I didn't recognize you on hold.
You didn't recognize me? It's the hat.
You have a new look. It's like very very
it's all black. I'm like channeling my sister.
Yeah, very like Derek Levasseur.
I know, right?
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good. I wanted to come on because I wanted to say, last year you came to Toronto.
Yes.
Which was shocking. I never thought you would ever come back to Toronto after the first time. So that was a great surprise. And so I'm excited for 2024 to be full of surprises.
Sure.
I also wanted to make sure, so I haven't been watching the whole time, but I wanted to make sure that someone acknowledged. So it's like 10 years of the Patron group, right?
Yes.
And the first couple of years were incredibly messy. And so I wanted to make sure that someone was on to acknowledge the hot mess.
Okay.
The first couple of years.
Acknowledge. Yes.
I feel like most of these posts and comments have been deleted by now, but there used to be hot, messy fights, and Nicole would come in with the spray bottles. And so I feel like someone has to acknowledge this and, honor those first few messy years.
I forgot about Nicole with the spray bottle. I thought that was If in my mind, I think that was if people are like getting romantic, but I guess that's if people are
also
fighting.
that, but people also used to fight a lot.
Yeah, I feel like maybe she'd say that about on the Patreon podcast. Yeah, I don't really remember so much Nicole as the referee of fighting.
I
But
definitely remember a couple times she got involved. But,
yeah, I think there was an era where she was doing more moderating.
And I'm sure her life, she's much happier now without having to do that.
Yeah, it's the group, just like there's no way to describe like what it was like in the beginning, and I don't want to like say like better or worse.
Yeah, no,
It was
it's just like it's just different.
Insanely active. Like you refresh the page and there was like 30 new comments, and just that was just like bonkers. And it's like just like the world is so different than it was in 20 and it was so like small, and it was a smaller group, and people really knew each other, and would get into like like we're like just chatting all day. And certainly like a lot of like there would be some nights where it would be like somebody would have had probably too much to drink and just go like I feel like all the biggest problems were like late Friday night, late Saturday night, and people would just like be posting like just like wild stuff, and then just going like screw you, screw you, screw you. And wake up in the Saturday morning like, oh my god.
Well, not my worst Friday night.
It was we've been through a lot.
Yeah, happy memories, and I wanted to make sure to congratulate 10
Yes.
years. So
yes, I appreciate
and
it.
10 more years, Rob. We're never letting you quit.
That's fine. What else will I do, Ken?
You're gonna be 90-year-old.
Where else will I go? What will I do?
I don't know.
I don't have any other interests.
We know.
Like eventually there's going to be a second like golden age of the podcast when my kids go to college.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then I'll have
to take over the podcast because they're not going to college. They're going to take over the podcast, and that'll be
they're going to be nepo babies running the podcast.
Exactly, Rob.
They'll run it into the ground like a Roman and Kendall.
Could do worse.
Yeah, but yeah, once they go like once I'm an empty nester, forget about it.
Well, I look forward to it. My clock, I'm counting down.
Okay. All right. Well, Ken, great to hear from you. Okay.
Of course. It's nice to see you, Rob.
Always. Okay. Take care. Bye. All right. And then let me pick up Chris. Chris, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, Chris. What's happening? How you been?
I've been good. I mean, I guess not much has really changed since the last time. However, I don't even remember when that was. But
it's been a minute.
I'm pretty much just working at Costco still in Chattanooga. Kind of same old. Although I did get to spend some time in Outer Banks for New Year's, which was great.
Okay, you guys are doing good?
Yeah, everything's pretty good. We might be making a move to Duluth, Minnesota in May, perhaps.
Okay. Why? What's in Minnesota?
Well, I mean, so basically it seems everywhere we've been, like in my life, has just been, it gets hot when it's not supposed to, like it's winter and we're having like 60-degree weathers. So we wanted to go up somewhere that was cooler. And then
what you need colder winters?
I mean, I think I can deal with it.
Okay.
As long as I get my beach time in the summer. And I mean, the whole plan is to like have a bunch of acres of land where we're just isolated from, not like isolated from the world, but just like have our own like land where we can hike and stuff and like grow stuff. And
well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's what Nicole wants. No neighbors as far as the eye can see.
Is that still an option for you, or is it just a dream? Like, are you planted here yet?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know. I feel like that wherever I take her, she always has a problem with the neighbors. But I don't know. I think I feel like we're pretty locked in right now.
Okay. Well, I guess I would imagine like neighbors would extend to animals wherever it goes if you didn't have any.
Yeah, that's true. If it's not the neighbors, it's the animals.
Yeah, it's weird. I had my brother-in-law, he had like, houses or I guess condos like next to each other. And even then, when it's all like enclosed together, he had a gopher under his back porch. So it seems
Wow.
like something I wouldn't expect, but it just seems like no matter where you go, you're going to find some anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well just put up with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the winter I think has been better for there's no snakes.
Which I do. I also like because I hate snakes. I think no matter what people tells me, I still feel like they're demonic in a sense, and I'm not even that strongly religious. But anyway, has everything else good with you? How is family life and everything like that?
Yeah, everybody is doing very well. That Anthony that he got the clean bill of health from his breaking his wrist, so he's gonna be wearing his cast less. And the boys are both gonna be in a production of The Jungle Book soon.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yes.
In like in a big role or ensemble.
Yeah, Dominic is gonna be playing the tiger. I don't remember his name, Shaw something. And Anthony is one of the, but they're in the same production of The Jungle Book, which is gonna be in March.
Oh, that's fun.
Anthony's gonna be in the Wolf Pack.
That warms my heart a lot to hear that.
Yep. So they go to rehearsal together. So it's nice that they're both gonna be in the same thing.
Oh, that's really cute. Hopefully you share it and show it to them when they grow up as like their crowning achievement.
Yeah, we'll have to record it.
I have my 6th grade play on a disc somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, and everybody, the boys, Anthony had been out sick from school last week, but everybody's back. Today was the first day both kids were back at school this year.
Well, awesome. I'm glad that they're not sick anymore. And hopefully now I guess I just keep going back to souvenirs. I guess now you could keep the cast and have it all signed and frame it or something.
Yeah, it wasn't a hard cast. It was just like a soft cast that he was wearing. It was a very small fracture.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I mean, I mainly called in because I saw there was the 10th anniversary, and I don't usually call in because frankly I don't check my email, so I don't get the I don't get the notifications at all. But I saw it, and I also wanted to take the opportunity to say that I thought the Traitors, RHAP Traitors you did, I really thought that was some of your best hosting work you've done.
Oh, thank you.
Show. I think the creativity with the costumes and kind of leaning into the Alan Cumming kind of like, oh, pity kind of thing. I thought that was really fun, especially and then just kind of leading the conversation. Well, I guess most of the people led the conversation themselves, but I think you narrated it very well.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that because I was I felt like I was a little tight in the beginning, so I'm happy to hear that you felt like it worked.
I mean, everything's a learning curve, and
yeah.
I did appreciate the Jenna Heidi shout out with Top as well.
Yeah. Whenever we can, yeah.
And I don't want to ramble too much, but I'm just happy to be a part of it. It feels like such a nice kind of place to go to like catch up on our reality stuff and not feel, crazy for being so obsessed with it. But thank you for, creating this.
You still have the hot dog sign?
I don't. It's at my parents' now. They actually have redone like almost the whole house, so it could be. I don't even know if it's there anymore.
Okay.
But if I find it, maybe I'll bring it with me
look at room for it back here.
Huh?
I'll put it behind me.
Ooh, I could send it to you. Aw. It'd be fun. Yeah. If I ever get to a live show, maybe I will. It's funny because I moved I moved to Chattanooga, like, during COVID happened. And literally, I think the first show you did, I think, was DC when I was in Virginia. So it's like, if I move to Minnesota and you move to Atlanta, that's just personal.
All right. Well, hopefully our paths will cross at one of these eventually, Chris.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Don't want to hold you up too much. I know you have a lot of callers, but thank you for all you've been doing.
Chris, you're the last person I got on hold.
Oh my gosh.
You're
really?
the closer.
Oh my gosh. That's such an honor.
Yeah.
And pressure. What if how do you know how John is doing? I feel like
I've not been in touch.
Oh, okay. It was a nice constant when he was the closer. I guess I'm also
now it's you, Chris.
Now it's don't rely on me too much.
Yeah.
I guess if I were to say my favorite podcast, it would be Talking with T-Bird. That's my That's the one.
I gotta see if T-Bird's got anything up her sleeve in the off season.
Yeah, I think how much longer do we have? To like 1 month?
So yeah, they're gonna announce the cast, I think, in a couple of weeks. So we're closing in. Does T-Bird's got anybody? I wanted Zane Knight.
Well, I mean, I'm always happy to help if you need an intern or something.
Ooh, T-Bird would love that.
I actually have on my own phone. It's like a list. I have my.
Yes. Hold on, yeah. Chris, who's on your list? Uh-oh. All right, we might be losing Chris. Yes? Okay. Chris, when you got that list, let us know, okay? All right. We'll say goodbye to Chris. Okay, well, this was such a nice treat.
I'll come up for a second.
Oh, here's Sam.
Yeah,
Sam Moore, everybody.
Hi, everybody. No, I wasn't thinking this, but as this was going on, I was just thinking to myself, I'm not even talking to Rob right now. I don't want to talk to Rob. I want to talk to the listeners. So we all know Rob's an amazing podcaster. He's an amazing host. No, please no. Please no. I hate you so much. Well, maybe I take back everything I was about to say.
Yeah.
But so he's an amazing host. He's an amazing podcaster, amazing leader of this community. Rob is fundamentally one of the best people you will meet, bar none. Just the most amazing heart, just the most amazing person. He is always there. The amount of things that go on the day-to-day that no one will ever see or know about, that he handles on his own with such love and respect, is just mind-blowing. And it really is just such an encapsulation of what an amazing community you have built. And I don't have any idea how you let me play in the sandbox with you every single day. And I'm so lucky and so thankful. And just
when Sam's performance review is that tomorrow?
I'll take my bonus tomorrow. It's his payroll week, so.
Yeah.
But seriously, just on behalf of all the patrons, Rob, I'm not their figurehead, but just thank you for every single thing in the last 10 years, 14 years, and whatever comes.
Well, I appreciate that. And, Sam, before Sam worked here, we used to have a lot of fun when Sam was just a volunteer, and we had many conversations in the working on wacky things for the show. For
good old writers room.
When did that start?
That was Heroes, Healers, Hustlers. So that
was what, 2017?
Yeah, 2017. I became a patron right around my birthday, 2016.
Yeah,
that was my first live show.
Well, Sam, thank you for everything that you do, because this thing could not function anymore. It got too big.
Yeah. It's big,
but big, and I couldn't get to from podcast to podcast without you. So appreciate you and thank you for the kind words.
Of course, and Rob, we're all here for you. I'll let you close this out and
yeah,
talk to your patrons.
Yeah. No, and thanks to all the moderators that put in like so many hours dealing with like so much drama over the years, and I appreciate so many people that like have helped with all that and all the fun that we've had over the years in the patron group. So here's to much more. And yeah, thanks for being here tonight. This was a really special podcast. Hope everybody had as much fun as I did, and talk to you soon. Bye.